for that though. Just like we talked about.
No.
Is CJ doing what the F he's doing if he was on this Panthers team?
That's why, like,
Nigga, no.
development is so big.
Team is hot garbage. They have
got-
no line. You traded the only
Some
competent offensive weapon you had. They honestly might be worse than the Patriots if we talking about, because at least they got Stevenson. These niggas don't got Smith.
So wait, remember how they finished strong, bro, under the interim guy, right?
At the end of last season. Right.
Now you 1-10 and you got the quarterback and a receiver? No, you gave up the receiver. You gave up the receiver. But you got a quarterback and you're 1-10. After you finish strong. So
a quarterback that don't have a second and a half, but a second and a half to throw the effing ball.
All right, let me say this.
But all right, man, let's get into it. What up? Welcome to the All Grind Sports Show, where we are politically incorrect. I go by the name of JC. Here are my wonderful brothers and co-hosts, man. I believe we're on episode 78 now. Thank y'all for tuning in the way y'all have been. Make sure y'all continue to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all here with us, and we appreciate that. So without further ado, man, let's get right into the spit. We got my guy from the So Icy gang, tatted like a biker gang. My guy, Andre, the sports junkie.
Ooh-wee, man, what a day to be on the show, because it ain't Monday, but it's Tuesday. And you know what that means? It's Podcast Tuesday.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
But one thing though, you gotta change that background, bro. I know you going through your growing pains and all that shit, but come on, bro.
Oh God.
You got that up like that was within the last couple of years or something.
Oh God, that shit was
in my mind. In my mind, it is. It was yesterday.
I was in what, 10th grade when that picture happened? Maybe even a freshman.
But yeah, it's all for your. To be honest, it's actually up there mainly for Ragu to see. I love you, Ragu.
I know that's what it was for, but that shit is old as hell, man.
Old as shit.
You should be embarrassed.
You better off putting some Brady spit up there.
Hey,
you put the runner-up team up there when they lost to Golden State. Put them up there.
Damn.
Right.
The Lakers.
Put your guys up there, man. You got new blood now.
Yep, but this is the one that got us a title. So until that changes,
I guess you ain't changing that for a cool little minute then.
We're winning it this year. I promise.
Well, shit, where's Larry and Kevin and all those guys then? Shit, if that's the case. Bring up all the old ones.
I gotta bring up my most recent. Wait, their most recent, not mine.
So we got.
How about them Patriots?
Oh, he done with them.
Hey, we're playing with Caleb Williams.
I feel like that's really testing his patience.
No, we got to.
We finna see how much of a Patriot fan he is in a year or two.
I'll still be a fan. Don't worry.
So next up, man, we got one of my mentors, my OG, my guy, Daryl Dunning, a.k.a. Raider Ragu.
What's up, good people?
As y'all can see, he got that crisp, professional sound and look today. He came ready to play.
I am a professional.
And then we got one of our familiar, unfamiliar faces. Our guy that came a few weeks ago, man, he decided to pop back out, pop and spit one time. My guy, Galen, a.k.a. GA.
What up, y'all? I mean, let's get into it, man. I'm ready to talk some football.
Yeah, man, I bet there's a lot that happened this weekend, Turkey Day and all that. By the way, how before we get into it, how was everybody's Turkey Day? Everybody pigged out, stuffed their faces, all that spit. Pause, Dre, because I know it's coming.
Good job for catching on, man. I'm so proud of you. Marv would be too.
Is it
But no, it was good.
everybody 15 pounds heavier?
Feels like it.
Maybe not 15, but definitely a little heavier. Sure. I know I've been, man, the desserts.
Are y'all done with the leftovers yet?
Yeah,
I'm done, man.
This man.
I would hope so.
Yeah, we got tossed all of that shit.
Niggas be a whole week or two later. Still, there's leftovers in there.
He said there's still.
So yeah, we had a good amount of Turkey Day games. Not all of them live up to what we expected to be, but the first one definitely did, which we'll start off with that. First Thursday night football. Well, I should say Thursday morning football. Got Green Bay and Detroit. Shout out J Love. Shout out my guy J Love. I've been trying to tell y'all, you know what I'm saying? It's growing pains.
Yeah, J Love has been one of your guys that you actually gave or willing to give a chance to for whatever reason. But
whatever reason.
Norman is definitely against that, but
it's hell of it's crazy how the division games just always
never matters how good they are.
It just never matters. I think that's one of the best things about the NFL, actually.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Because it's like you always say, we are grown men. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We see you every single year, at least twice a year. Like, you're not finna just come in here with this, you know what I'm saying?
The coaches too, all of them. Everybody.
Yeah, like, nigga,
I mean?
we know you. I don't care how many effing games you win. Like, just like y'all were with the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? Even when they was winning all they Super Bowls and spit, like when Hill and all them, y'all still was going toe-to-toe with them niggas.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it was a good game Sunday with them, but,
Good first quarter for sure.
That's a whole nother. We'll wait for that, but yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just amazing how shout out to Green Bay, man. They came with it.
They got off fast, niggas.
It's amazing how those division games are always tight, and it doesn't matter the record or who's at home. None of that. It's just they just finna get out there and get it on.
Real quick before we actually jump in, do you mind if I just get one thing off my chest real fast? It'll be like 4 or 5 seconds.
What happened?
So there was a comment made about Marvin Harrison Jr. about on the Michigan's Roman Wilson. Hey, bro. Unlike you, Marvin Harrison is a generational talent who actually, is good. So if I were you, I'd shut up about someone who's better than you. Cool? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, peace.
Disrespectful as hell to Marvin Harrison. He don't say nothing. He's humble, and he went and said that. Put on the Louis Vuitton, and you want to act tough, but you ain't tough. Nah, shut up, bro. You're a bum.
Niggas be jealous of them NFL dudes' sons.
Yeah, you know how that
goes. That's all it is. He's jealous. It's literally
especially
all
if you good and you show up rich and good. It's a tough pill to swallow, man.
All right, I feel better now.
I don't feel like Steph had to go through much of that though.
I don't think so either.
It's more football dudes.
His daddy was actually good, unlike a lot of these other niggas.
Like
football
said,
guys,
it's mainly
though.
football.
Like, football be different.
Yeah, man. How Shador got the hate.
Yeah.
Now Marvin Harrison.
My God, bro.
They daddies were superstars.
Right.
And they're rich, and I know it shows still. So you letting this rich boy out here getting your ass. Pause. So, that shit is a tough pill to swallow, man.
Well, you know what, you right, because Bronny, who had a superstar dad, he going through it right now. And this nigga, he was going through it before he even touched college. So
yeah, hating on him and shit. Saying he ain't shit. Just because, like he's supposed to be as good as his pops. Shit, ain't nobody finna be like that.
Yeah, and
His
my
pops
question
took
is,
down
who-
Kareem. God damn it,
I don't know about all that, but
man. Pops took down Kareem. He ain't finna be that. Don't mean he can't go to the league and be a good player though.
Okay, my bad. My bad. My mind went somewhere else. You talking about the points? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Kareem's in second. And don't he got 40,000 or he got 39,000?
39. You know, I'm trying to hurry rush that. Damn it.
I ain't rushing it. I just know I thought he hit some milestone the other night, and that was 39. You sure it wasn't
39.
40?
Yeah,
All right.
39.
Wow, he can do it in the
39,000.
Hey, that is one hell of an accomplishment, though.
Yeah,
Him
we'll
and
talk
Emmitt
about that
Smith.
later though.
Him and Emmitt Smith got their own addresses that they reside at that nobody else can ever pull up to. I believe Emmitt's is 18,355.
But Smith's is a little different because if Barry wasn't on such a poverty franchise, he would have smoked past all that with his damn self. So Emmitt's is, I look at his a little differently.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, man. I can't get all into the ifs and whiffs and shifts and all that shit, bro. The nigga ran for 18,000 yards.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, what Bron has done, there's not even anybody we could say, like, damn, they would have if, you know what I'm saying? Like, we know, like, Barry was finna blast past that Smith, bro. Like,
No, it was
he left
So
way
Barry-
too prematurely.
Emmitt was chasing Barry.
No, what I'm saying is Barry would have put it, you know what I'm saying? Like, he would have
Higher.
pushed that so far out of reach. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Would
feel
he
like
have?
he'd be standing alone right now.
Would he have?
What's up with
I
you?
mean, you
man?
know what I'm
Not-
saying?
not
That's
a
just-
Barry guy or something.
I love Barry. Don't get me wrong. I wore number 21 in high school. I'm just saying. Would he have? It's I can't be a part of diminishing 18,000 yards in the NFL, bro. I can't be a part of it. Emmitt,
Like,
man.
I understand where you're coming from, Raghu. I get where you're standing on that. Like, I get it.
Barry ran for 14 something.
We
Not
know at
18.
minimum. We know at minimum he was passing Walter. At minimum.
Well, yeah. And that was great at the time. But, you know, like Emmitt said, man, he's got his own address, man. And the way they play football now, nobody's going to come close to getting that.
Yeah, because they don't run the ball no more.
Right.
So back to regular scheduled programming. GA, Dre, y'all thoughts on the game?
Honestly, I was really shocked to see Jared Goff kind of struggle. You know what it was, though, too? Remember the first time they met and Detroit smacked them
Mm-hmm.
in the first half? They gave. That's exactly what Green Bay went in. But you were just saying Green Bay had that motto of, "Hey, remember that embarrassment in the first half last time? Let's not have.
Yeah,
Let's not do that
the
again."
The grown man
Like you said,
effect.
it's a division game. They're not going to get smacked twice.
They're not looking at record.
But yeah, hey, what you did to us, we're gonna do back, and that's what happened.
I mean, the Giants, for example, couldn't beat anybody until this past week, but they had 2 wins against the Commanders.
Bro, it was so annoying. I was like, that's great, but you got to realize we always lose to the Giants.
That is
Oh,
true.
my
That's a
goodness.
number.
Yeah, but it's
Giants.
different now because now y'all lose to everybody.
Hey, actually, yeah, you do, huh? You do. I forgot
We
about
lose to
that.
the NFC East. Eagles and Giants are our kryptonite, especially in Super Bowls.
Specifically the Giants.
For
Well,
sure.
more yeah. So that wasn't really a surprise, and we'll get into that. So, anyways, back to regular programming.
Yeah, no, and we're not gonna spend a lot of time on it when we get to
At
it.
all.
Especially on the Raiders game.
Ah, let's
Especially on
go.
that Raider game.
Your thoughts, G?
No, the Raider game gonna have plenty of time spent on it, bro. Go ahead, G. Man, don't pay no
Man.
attention to this guy.
I don't really think the Lions are contenders now after that game.
What? One game?
I don't think they're contenders.
Damn.
God damn.
You guys see how they played against the
Damn.
Bears too? I don't think Jared Goff can bring them to the Super Bowl.
It's a division. It's divisional, man. It's tough. All the games are gonna be tight.
Yeah.
I
Like
mean,
Chiefs are the only ones that like
has
just
Goff
come
not
and
shown though
manhandle
that
the
he's
entire
capable?
division.
Has Goff not shown that he's capable of going to the Super Bowl if you give him enough of the right pieces that
we
he
know
can
he
go?
has.
I'm not
We
saying
know
he's
he
gonna
has.
go and ball out and win or nothing like that, but like he's shown that he can at least go, right?
Right.
Absolutely.
And it's like, no, you don't got AD on the other side, but you do got a Hutchinson on the other side.
Yeah.
So
What I was so wrong about, guys. Fantastic.
yeah, I think we had that conversation. You had to give him a
Yeah.
wasn't familiar with your game. Apology.
I sure did. I think he plays like over 90% of the snaps, bro. Never comes off the field. Only guy plays more is Max Crosby.
But yeah, my takeaway, I feel like once you get Love some actual receivers, I think he in business. I do think like I said, this is Love's first true season. So I consider this like his first like true rookie season, even though he's been in the league a couple. So I think once they like start figuring this thing out, I don't know. You know, Aaron Jones seems like he's been a lot more hurt lately these days. So
They should draft Marvin Harrison. Then you think
they're not gonna have that high of a pick.
Well, though,
I mean, find a way. They got a quarterback, right?
I mean, how about these scouts do their job for once? Like niggas always mentioning the names that's gonna be like top 5 and shit. Like that's not where the money's going.
Don't start me on these fucking scouts.
Yeah, the money in the draft is one. Like, you know, look at our guy right here. My guy Kyron Williams. That's a 5th round pick right there. That's a nigga that was doing his job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we need to find that scout and highlight him and celebrate him.
That's what
and start calling out some of these busts.
Oh boy, when was St. Brown taken? What round was he taking? He's another one.
I think
4th round. That's where the draft is won at. Anybody, you feel me? The top 5.
St. Brown got a list of guys that was taken in front of him. It's a bad list.
So
it's a bad list.
Do your job and find him some guys. They don't have a whole draft pick with damn near 200 picks for nothing. Just to zone in on 5 guys. Are we gonna tank and get this? That's why I'm one of the rare fans. I don't believe in that tanking shit.
Or like even 32 guys, JC. Even focusing on the first 32 guys, I feel is a mistake.
Yeah. I mean, you've kind of said that, like, you can find starters in 1st and 2nd round. Those are starters.
I feel like I always say this too. You can quote me on this. The top 100 in college football in any given year, I would say, man, at least half of those guys to 3/4 of them should be able to start. All of them should be able to play.
Right. For sure. I agree with that. And that's why I never...
You remember the numbers, right? 126 Division I teams.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. You can't tell me I can't get 100 guys off them teams,
right.
100 dudes on the team. Come on,
and that's
now.
why I've always said I don't especially in football, like, even though it's direct and not lottery system like NBA, I still don't believe in that tank and split. I feel like the chips is gonna fall where they lay. You know what I'm saying? So when the Rams was losing the split, I'm not thinking like, oh no, if that tank and get Caleb, and like, nah. That I don't believe in that loser mentality split. You know what I'm saying? It affects the players that are there that are young, and it messes with their conscience of like, now they picking up losing habits and split like that. I want us to win, and the rookies that we do bring in was from the scouts doing their effing job, and it's still some type of winning and competitive culture that they're coming to. That's what I believe in. I don't believe in just F this whole season and go get this quarterback, and then you in a situation like Bryce Young where you ain't got spit ups to compensate for it anyway.
I just found out about this story, JC, yesterday, that back in 75, 76 AFC Championship game.
Uh-huh.
No, I'm sorry. Last game of the regular season, AFC playoffs. It was a regular season. If the Raiders lost to, I believe it was the Colts, the Steelers, who had eliminated the Raiders the prior 2 seasons and went to the Super Bowl instead of the Raiders, the Steelers would not make the playoffs if the Raiders lost. Coach John Madden said he could not do it. He would never play like that. And when you get into winning or losing because you want to, then we have no sport, bro.
Right. Look at Detroit. Look at Detroit, the last game of the season last year, and look how they doing. It didn't affect them none. They had no reason to win that Packers game last year, and they still went there. And
remember Houston too, right? Lovey did it.
That was the coach. Well, the coach was trying to f them over with that, but it ended up working in their favor. But that proves a point again. Like he went with a winning culture, and look where the chips fell for him. They still.
But I'm with Madden, bro. It's no longer a sport when you get to acting, trying to control.
Yeah, shit I don't be understanding when fans do that split, just like, oh, just tank, just lose. Like I will never, and that's something I used to always argue with Tyrell and Gene about. I will never just root for my team to effing lose. Like, will I care as much at the end of the season if we already like out the playoffs? No, I'm probably not paying attention as much, but I'm never rooting for us to effing lose. I don't care who the F is out there. The chips is gonna fall where they lay, and the scouts need to do their effing job. I don't care who the top recruit scout is. That's just how I am with that split.
You're not a true fan if you want to see your team lose.
There's no way. There's no way, bro. I don't get that.
That shit hurts. It doesn't matter how bad we are. Whenever we lose, that shit hurts.
Now, what I will say is, if you lose and you realize, like, okay, well, at least we get this dude, that's a cool thought to have. But as far as like actively week in, week out, oh, let's keep losing. We want Caleb. That's a trash mentality. And then you got to remember, every rookie, I don't care if he's a number 1 pick or the 300th pick, nothing is a guarantee in the NFL draft. Nothing. And it's especially true in football. It's very possible for you to be considered something beforehand and then it not be what you think it is. So technically, we don't know. That's what these GMs and scouts and spit get paid for. That's their job. We really don't know. We can have some type of thought or niche of like, okay, well maybe, but we really don't know. So to me, there's no point in just all out we just gonna lose to get this guy. Like I don't think anybody is that like clear cut obvious like that. I don't think that really happens.
And also you got to realize too, why would they want to tank? Because even the teams that aren't making playoffs, those guys have incentives to
exactly.
They're trying to,
you got minutes, you got touchdowns, yards.
I forgot.
When you see them celebrate, my bad, Ragu. When you see them celebrate, and the announcer goes, and that's his 11th interception. That's not celebrating like, even though we're losing. That's them saying like, oh my God, I hit my goal. Like I now got to where I needed to go. That's what they're also playing for. You think they're going to let you stand in the way of them making their money, even though they know they're not making playoffs? Absolutely not.
Right.
And that's what I've always said. Like when people try to bring it up in basketball of like, oh, they should have it to where these teams play each other for their number 1 pick. I've always said, like, bro, them niggas ain't finna play hard to get the nigga that's supposed to be replacing them. Like, that don't even make no sense. I'm going to go play hard for this guy who's finna take more minutes away from me or possibly more money away from me in the future.
Or fuck around, get me traded.
Right. Exactly. Depending on how big the person is. Exactly.
No, you're right about that.
But one of the only good games on Turkey Day, nonetheless. That was some pretty good football, and like I said, get Love some help, and I think the Packers is in good position, and don't get caught up in the whole he's not Aaron Rodgers thing, because sometimes some guys are one-on-one, and you just have to take a guy for what he is and what his strengths and weaknesses are.
Right.
And I think the Packers, I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm gonna go on record and I'm gonna put myself out there on blast. I do think the Packers have their guy, personally.
I think they do too, bro. I kind of like the young guy Watson too, the receiver. As somebody,
he's cool. I just don't think he's gonna be like their receiver one guy like he was with Rodgers last year. I think that was like a one-off type thing. He's a cool receiver, but I don't see him as a receiver
big
one
target,
guy.
Big target, wide catching radius.
Yeah.
So, as he continues to work and get better, I can see him being more of a possession guy though.
Yeah. He's more like a T. Higgins or Boyd than he is a Chase.
Absolutely. Chases and Justins and Devontae's don't grow on trees.
Right, exactly. As loaded as that position is.
And Tyreek's, forgive me, Mr. Hill.
All right. In another edition of in our first edition of, we're not gonna spend too much time on this. We got the Washington Communist Party versus the Cowboys.
I just want to say that the Cowboys are like that dude in elementary that was kind of big, but when the big tough guys was around. So when he's kind of big and he talks shit and he punk all of the smaller guys.
Right.
But then when the guys his size and with the kind of a worse mentality than him are around, he's quiet as fuck. He's like in the corner. That's great Cowboys.
That's a great way to put it.
That's a great analogy.
And until they prove me different, that's what I think about them.
So you're saying that about Dak too, then?
And really, like, I know it'd be like, oh, they played the Eagles toe to toe, but that's that division shit that we talk
that's
about.
The division again.
You still let the Niners come in and walk all over you. You know what I mean?
Have they beat a winning team yet this year?
I believe so, but still.
Well, the last I seen, they hadn't beat a team over 500 yet. The last I had checked. Usually we got Isaiah, the stats guy, but
they play the Seahawks this week, so we'll see. We'll see what's up with that.
Yeah, I don't think they beat a winning team this season. So
they had a really.
I mean, you couldn't be more spot on.
Yeah, that's what they are.
Yeah, they haven't beat a single team over 500 this season yet.
At the same time, you could say, we're handling our business though. We're beating the teams we're supposed to beat.
Well, it's just the reason why. It's the reason why people don't ever believe they're going to do anything in the playoffs, because it's like it's the same song every year. The league gives y'all this easy schedule because the Cowboys winning is more money for the league, and then you get to the playoffs and you disappoint your fan base like you always do in either the first round because you had a bye, or you played somebody trash, or you lose in the division. It never fails.
And then I don't know, maybe it's just me, but Romo, they could get to and win the Super Bowl. Did you guys hear him at the end? That shit was kind of weird to me, bro.
Tony Romo should not be able to call Cowboys games.
It was kind of weird, bro. They can get to and win the Super Bowl, Jim.
When it comes to them.
Bro, they gotta beat the Niners. Show us you can beat the Niners, and then we'll talk, Romo.
I got a question for y'all. Because me personally, I do feel like Romo was pushed out prematurely. Me personally.
Like as a quarterback?
Yeah. I think Dak, he was doing okay at the time, but I don't think Romo necessarily played bad enough for them to say, okay, we're going this direction. I think it was just Dallas was just ready for a new direction. And I think there was a lot of media pressure at the time to take his job away, which ultimately forced him to retire. What did y'all think about that whole ordeal at the time? Do y'all feel like if Romo had a little more time, maybe, it wouldn't at minimum it wouldn't have been no worse than Dak.
Haven't
think
thought
he's got,
about
like,
this
2 years.
in a while. Go ahead, bro.
I
And if
think
I'm
he
not
had-
mistaken, this is fresh after the catch and all that, right? Or non-catch, whatever.
the
this
Dez
is-
one,
After that,
No,
it was a year or two after, I think.
it was a couple years after that.
But I think
Uh-huh.
I think that he probably would have played like 1 to 2 more years with the team and then just retire based on age
mm.
and playing level as well.
'Cause don't forget, he was always getting hurt a lot too towards the end of his
Yeah,
career.
yeah, you're right.
That game on Thanksgiving against Carolina when he injured his shoulder, I was like, bro, you just came back. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
His wife in the stand was looking at him like, here we go again.
Yeah, it got to where he was holding the ball a little too long, and I don't know. You definitely see other quarterbacks get a little bit longer time to go than
Right.
he did. Definitely, that is a fact, JC. So in that regard, yeah, man, he was pushed out a little bit, but are the Cowboys better or worse off? Is the question.
They seem the same.
They wasn't gonna win shit with him, but they ain't winning shit without him.
But the unknown, there's always intriguing about the unknown. Like, I remember they went to the playoffs that year, and they was getting the spit blown out of them, and then Dak had that.
Oh.
This guy.
Go ahead, though. Yeah.
And then Dak had that comeback at the end that kind of gave them a little hope for the future. So I think they kind of just been rocking with Dak since then.
Was that against Green Bay? Or who was that against?
I don't even remember who it was against, to be honest.
That
Man.
kind of preseasoned his way in there too.
Because if we're talking about the catch, they got
Nah,
past
it was
Detroit
them
wild card.
first 4 or 5 games that Romo was out. I think that's what it was.
I mean, yeah, he got the audition.
Games or something. And then, like I said, the media pressure intensified. It's the Cowboys, so that's always, higher
Got the
coverage
spotlight.
like that. Jerry Jones had a lot of pressure, so they, he probably would have looked like a fool if, like, okay, I'm gonna take the guy who hasn't lost yet out for this guy who, people kept saying like you only got 2 playoff wins in however many years.
Still only have 2 playoff wins.
How many playoff wins they got since then?
Bro, well,
Probably
they
the
haven't been
same.
to the NFC.
Only
Think
one I can
about it.
remember is the Bucks.
Bro, just think about it. Just think about it. They haven't been to the NFC title game since since the 90s. And I think you're right. I
Right.
think their last was against Tampa in the wild card round.
In another edition of, we ain't gonna spend too much time. We got the Niners and the Seahawks,
Bro, the Niners,
which wasn't really a
just-
fair necessarily match. Gino
No.
came
No.
in, Gino had no business playing that game. So,
Yeah, but also
but
this is just
a hurt a half Gino is still better than Drew Lock. So I don't blame him.
Yeah.
But at the same time, too,
I already
The
know what
Niners
Ragu's
are-
thinking. These guys are able to just hang around and I already
There's
know.
a name for you, Drew Lock.
yeah, but the Niners are just showing you pretty much, hey, we're cashing in all our chips to go get that Super Bowl. They don't want to win next year. They don't want to win in 5 years. They want to win now.
Yep.
So that's also what they were
They
showing.
better.
I mean, that defense, bro. And what's funny is, no disrespect, but I just don't think they will. But their defense, for sure, you have to look at that, man. The pressure on the quarterback that they're applying each and every game is insane.
Mhm.
You got Young, you got Bosa.
I mean, they arguably got the best front 7 in the league.
Oh, most definitely.
At
And there's a
minimum,
reason
top
why.
2, top 3.
Bro. There is a reason
And they don't even
why.
be. The crazy thing is, they don't even be blitzing like that. Like they just straight
No,
up
that's-
fouling
that's
alone.
That's their thing. That's why they're good, because they don't blitz. They
And
send those
because
4
of-
guys.
Yeah, they'll send those 4, and the secondary just has to do their job.
They send those 4 first round picks at you that are on the defensive line.
Right.
And that's wild to see.
I got a quick.
And
I got a quick question for y'all. If there's anything to stop the Niners from winning a Super Bowl this season, what do y'all think it would be?
Purdy getting hurt.
It would be a pretty bad game, but I still think he's an elite quarterback.
An elite quarterback?
I'd probably put him like top 15, right? Like top 15.
Top
but
15 elite now? That's the criteria?
So
No,
hey,
no,
I
hold on.
I feel you with the lack of talent. It's just so. If you
No,
can say
I
you
get,
top
no,
15,
I get it. Like, I do have, ever since our conversation, Ragu, I do have a different respect for the quote unquote just decent guys. Like, don't get me wrong. I have a different respect for the Jimmy G's and the Bakers and Purdy's, and I have a different respect for them now. But the elite, though, we're gonna put the elite on it, because now we gotta respect the Burrows and Mahomes and Allens and Herberts and all that. We gotta put them on a different plateau too for what they're capable of doing.
If we're going off of just this season, Brock Purdy is a top 10 quarterback.
He probably has the numbers. Yeah, he probably has the numbers if I was a look.
I feel like it's Mahomes.
But
Then it's the next tier.
I felt it's a gap for sure.
Him, and then the elite
Hurts,
guys, whoever you're talking about,
Yeah.
and
Hurts,
then
Burrow.
the decent guys, and then the rest.
That's what I was thinking about this conversation of like watching all this bad quarterback play. It definitely gives me a different view of Mahomes. Like, nigga, you're an alien, bro. Like, for making that.
As a Raider fan, Mahomes makes you want to jump in the TV and help your guys try to tackle the motherfucker, bro.
Yeah.
You've had to deal with him more than all of us.
I'm just keeping it real. I mean, he makes you want to get in there and try to tackle this guy, get his ass on the ground before he do something crazy with the rock. And man, Mahomes
would be. You remember back in the day on the old Maddens where they used to have the QB vision on the field, and Peyton Manning used to take up just literally the whole split. That would have been Mahomes right there. If they still had that
the whole stadium, the crowd and shit would have been lit up for Mahomes.
Bro, and honestly too, it's like the quarterback play somewhere down the line it has to get better, because we're seeing too many guys get hurt. We're seeing too many guys just not like just come out.
That's what's making me realize how bad the quarterback play is, because when these niggas is getting hurt and we seeing these Brownings and Drew Locks and whoever that rookie is on the Browns, when you're seeing this split, or PJ Walker, it's like, damn, like it's that much of a disparity. And it's like no wonder they get paid the way they effing do. Like, so
to get a bit X and OE real quick here. Purdy getting hurt is a real thing, is a real serious factor, because I learned through some little research of mine. It kind of fell in my lap, but I thank you for it. The Shanahan system, they only call different run plays. So if they gonna run the football, they'll call like 3 run plays in the huddle, and then according to the look, the quarterback picks which one. Right?
This is true.
They don't call out protections at all. They don't change protections against pass, against the blitz. The quarterback and the receiver got to know who's hot, and they throw hot. So if Purdy makes a mistake on, the front, or the counting of the guys off on who's the free rusher or whatever, and get his ass teed off on, like Hassan Reddick did in the championship game.
Right.
That's how Purdy.
That wasn't the team fault. That's what.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. So, and D cores know that now. Like I ain't gonna say now. They know already. So they spend time during the week trying to fool that, trying to disguise that, and get one lick on him, because he's not a big guy. Get
And
a
that-
one good lick on his ass.
And that's
Whoa.
why the Niners are built perfectly for that, because they have all these guys that can run after the catch, like
Yeah,
Kittle, Debo,
McCaffrey, all of them. Yeah,
and Purdy.
Ayuk. Yeah,
Yeah.
all of them.
So GA, if you don't feel like Detroit is a true contender, does that mean you just have like the winner of the out of the Niners and Eagles is the that's the only two teams in the NFC where you like who would you feel is the biggest threat to them? If not,
I take that back a little bit. I think they are still contenders. That was a little too
reactionary.
Yeah. But I would say Niners and Eagles are the two teams, obviously, but I don't know. I'm a little biased towards the Niners, but we'll see this coming Sunday. They play the Eagles. It'll be a good game.
It's just so hard to win a championship in football, bro. Fuck.
For real.
The weather's just now starting up now. Weather's about to be a factor. It will definitely be a factor on that final Sunday to see who goes to the Super Bowl. After you didn't play, 4 months and you got to decide all this shit in some fucked up weather game and all that. It's tough sport, bro. But we got to go Niners, Eagles right now, I would say, because they, till proven different. Those are probably going to be the teams.
I think
in
AFC,
the NFC.
Yeah, I think the AFC is a little bit different, though. I feel like there's just like a lot of teams in that could take it, but like the Chiefs are the team.
Yeah,
8-3.
yeah. There's the Chiefs. They got that guy, bro. So it's, they're 2 clear of everybody, 3 clear of everybody in our division.
Right.
So they're going to playoffs. They're probably going to host. It's just a matter of getting a number 1 seed at this point for them, which we talked about. Mahomes going on the road.
That's what you said. That's all you need to see left. You said that's it.
Yeah, but it looks like it's trending towards it not happening again, bro.
Unless Jacksonville can do something.
Or them Ravens, man.
Yeah.
Or the Ravens, yeah.
That Ravens defense looking real good right now.
When do they not?
Even you got all those teams over there, like you said, G, but Mahomes, and then like Chiefs.
Yep.
Even
It's
with
one.
the drops, with Kelsey half retired, all of that, they're still right there.
Oh no, for sure. The Chiefs still, no matter what, people still have Kansas City at the top, because at the end of the day, they're number 1, they're defending still, and 2, you have Pat Mahomes to deal with, and he can make nothing into something.
Kelsey's got 1 foot in the broadcast booth.
I don't think he even going there. I think he gonna go full blown celebrity like Grunt.
He'll make some guest appearances on the studio show.
His Choice Awards, hosting the SB stuff like that.
He'll come to the NFL Today every now and then.
Yep.
Check in.
And another edition of, we're not gonna spend too much time on this.
We're not gonna spend too much time on the whole league, sound like.
Nah, it's just Turkey Day. That damn near all Turkey Day was a whole lot of, we ain't gonna spend.
It was brutal. It was brutal.
We got Miami and the Jets.
Bro, really? A 99 Hail Mary interception to end the half? You guys are fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, that was disgusting.
Ridiculous.
That was disgusting.
I mean, that's just bad football. I mean, I know
that's not even a thing where you
can
can be like, oh, why did you take a knee? It's like, no, you're really that garbage for letting that happen. Like,
and they got a pick right before the play, too.
Here's what I want to know about from Robert Saleh and his guys. Once Rodgers got hurt, bro, who signed off on the status quo? Whoever that is, this is your fault. So, Rob, if that's you, this is your fault. what's his name? Johnson, Woody Johnson, the owner. If you did that, Woody, then this shit is on you. You could have got Dobbs. They could have Dobbs, right?
Well, nah, not by that time. Dobbs was already on Arizona.
No.
Oh, you talking about like the last little trade deadline? That
Yeah,
you
after when
okay,
Kyler was coming back and
Yeah.
Minnesota traded for him. They could have
Yeah, you
outbid
right.
Minnesota for them. They could have got I mean, come on, man. Somebody. It ain't really nobody because of the whole there's not 32 and definitely not 64, but who signed off on
You think it would have
going
been?
with
You think
Zach?
it would be better if they would have called Cam?
I do.
What about y'all?
Yeah.
Y'all think Cam
I
could have
do.
handled this Jets team at least to 500?
I think he'd do like the same.
Oh,
I don't know if it would be like
Like the same as Zach?
Yeah, because he wouldn't know the offense, but he's still like an NFL vet. So I don't know really.
Damn, y'all think Cam was that terrible before he left?
No. But like he's an NFL vet, so like a lot of the concepts are very similar. So I mean, he could be a plug and play guy, but I don't know.
And then you got to build at what he knows. You got to build on it as the season goes. After he gets there,
build chemistry.
start him off with a little bit and keep
what-
adding stuff.
What a lot of people don't understand about like NFL like game plans is they don't NFL quarterbacks when like for Dobbs, for example, they don't learn the whole playbook in 3 days. They learn the game plan for that game. And then they like install different stuff going forward. So
That's what I tried to explain about Aiden O'Connell.
right.
He's only got 4 games now of plays, bro. He didn't. When you're in training camp, you just do enough to make the team. And then once the season starts, bro, the third string guy, which he was, gets maybe a rep or 2 per day, like on offense.
That's why they say stay ready. You ain't got to get ready. Study that.
There is
shit
no
like sitting
staying
over there.
ready though when you haven't run.
No,
any
I'm
of
saying
the plays.
I'm not talking about the play. I'm saying study that shit when you sitting over there all them weeks.
Well, yeah, you can study it, but running the play, you know what I mean, and calling the play and all that, and the huddle and all that is 2 different things.
Right. But I'm sure you're going against the second stringers in practice and stuff like that.
No, you don't.
No, you just really sitting there soaking up game. Oh
Yeah.
damn.
The second team guy will get some reps,
Yeah.
and what the third team guy will get, he gets to be.
I would think
scout
they
team
try to
guy.
protect the first, the starter. Like I would think the quarterback ain't doing spit in practice.
The third string guy gets to be the quarterback of the opposing team that week.
Hmm.
That's the third string quarterback's job in the NFL. He's the scout team QB.
Minus the potential to a catastrophe of 3 strikes you're out. How serious do y'all take Miami in the AFC?
Really?
The question.
They're just like that, bro. They're just like Dallas in a way. They struggle.
Man, they are, bro.
Damn.
They're the AFC version of Dallas.
Really?
Yes, they're struggling with good team. What do you mean, really?
I mean, because
Yes.
last year was the first time they really had this offensive juggernaut of a team. And yes, they missed playoffs due to the whole Tua getting concussed every other game. But this is the real first full.
We're
healthy
speaking
season.
about who they've beat this season.
Okay, I got you. Okay, yeah, you're right. On that, you're right.
Yeah, bro. They
haven't beat nobody.
They're struggling with the good teams, but can get over the bad teams. I mean, they lost to the Chiefs. Granted, they cut that score down to 21-14, but before that, bro, this score was run up 21-0.
It was 21-0, like what? First quarter, first half, something like that?
Yeah, in the first half, yeah. So if you can't beat that, and I'm not taking away what they're accomplishing. I mean, like their record, when you look at it, you're like, damn, you haven't seen this in a long time. But
And the numbers that they individually put up look good too.
Oh, of for sure. But then it's like, okay, now we're getting down the stretch of the season. This is where momentum is going to be big. Pause. Moving forward.
So, as somebody that just watched his team play both teams back to back, the Chiefs are for real, bro. The Chiefs, when they are ready to start playing, they turn it on. Miami is like, you can stop Tua, bro. You can get into what he's doing and affect him. With the Chiefs, bro, you can stop Mahomes maybe once or twice, bro. Then he's gonna get you. With Tua, it's not like that. You can get in there and affect Tua. So, the Raiders could have beat Miami at their place, coming off a bye. Kansas City came in and pretty much did their thing with us at our place. So, you know.
Yeah, I think Tua's just too one-dimensional. Where, I mean, if you stop those short passes, you can put them away.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if you apply just pressure to him, that's all you got to do. Because there's times.
So y'all
where
saying
when
Tua
you
not
get
good under
hurt-
pressure?
Yeah, bro, he struggled. His line sometimes struggles to protect him because he's good. He can get those quick passes out, when he has the time to scan the field.
Mhm.
But when he gets that pressure applied, that's when he's like, that's when his line breaks down. When his line breaks down, that's when trouble happens.
Yeah, he doesn't even like pressure. He likes to 1, 2, 3, and boom, get it out of
If he
there.
doesn't, if you force
That's
him
how
to
Baker
stay
used to be on the Browns when they actually were good. That's kind of how he played at the time when he had Landry and OBJ and all of them. When he was quick is when he was effective, but when he tried to really scan type spit, it was too much for him when pressure was coming.
That's that taking away that first read, like we talked about before. On a lot of these kids, man.
When you're like you said, a lot of these kids are one-dimensional quarterbacks. So when you take their number one read away, then they're like, oh shit, now what?
Mahomes is so good, you almost want him to take his number one read. Like, here, man, go to him. Don't get them running around and shit. You know what I mean?
The best
And like
defense
Jason-
against Mahomes is keeping him in the pocket, which is scary because of how accurate he is.
And that shit is impossible.
And they actually got a line. The only time somebody made him look human was when his line was hurt in the Super Bowl.
Bucks, yep.
And those corners are good.
And even then, he was still doing spit. That was like, damn, how did you get that off? He still had a couple moments. He had a highlight in that game of an incompletion. Like, that shows you the type of spit he was
His
doing.
knee almost hit the ground when he was close. To
I think Tyreek dropped the ball.
All the way. Yeah, he threw it all the way from like the 50.
I was like, bro, how did you even get that off? Let alone, like, I thought he was just throwing it random somewhere. Like, that really touched somebody's hands.
To make it even crazier, bro, it was in the corner of the end zone. That's not in the back.
I remember.
Quarterback end zone. He was like 2 inches from the ground. I was like, how the hell did you get, bro? How? There is no stopping freaking Mahomes. Like, I'm really excited.
Man, hey,
I'm excited.
Ragu, I'm gonna pray for you that you got to deal with at least another 7-8 years of that.
Yeah, when he's done, playing, then I'll be like, yeah, the guy was great, but right now I just hate him.
Man, I don't blame you.
It's like
you know what I really would like to see real quick. I just
he about to do it to you too.
I just want to throw. I just want to throw this in there. I really want to see one team, just one. I don't care who it is, other than the Rams. Just one go undefeated. That's all I want to see. But it's also shown me how hard it is to do that in this league.
It's damn near impossible to be real.
That, and I also want to see, like, we don't see,
you first of all, you'd have to hope that person has a super soft schedule not only that they have a soft schedule, but that during the playoffs, like they actually are at least, even though they beat on like all the bad teams, that they're still good enough to go toe to toe with the elite teams and give them problems too. Like that's like damn near impossible. I know the Eagles, they damn near pulled it off last year because even the one game that they lost, like when Jalen was healthy, was that Washington game. And I ain't gonna hold you, they low-key got cheated that game. It was a couple very questionable calls, like that fumble they did on Goddard, when he didn't make a football move, and then you had and then they still had a chance, and Quez Watkins bum self dropped a wide open like 30, 40-yard bomb. And they would have took the lead right there. So even that game was like they could have easily won that one. Finished assuming Jalen would have stayed healthy. But it just shows how many variables go into it, because now I'm doing ifs and stuff. But like the Eagles very well could have did that last year. It was it's a lot of factors that come into it, man. You have to be lucky to have a lot of health. Have a fairly easy schedule, because you're not going to do it if you have a tough one. I don't care who you are.
No. No.
Yeah, and then you got to run the table in the offs, man. That's damn near impossible.
And another thing too is we don't get to see, like, I noticed real quick, and we'll move on, but I've also noticed we don't see repeats and three-peats as we used to. Like every once in a while we would get like maybe every 3-4. I think for the NFL, the last one was 03-04.
When did that ever really happen in football like that though? I don't think that's ever really been a thing in the NFL. At least not like in my lifetime.
I feel like
basketball was more so like that than football.
No,
football is unless you're the Patriots or the Chiefs, you're not finna just be going back at least, minimum AFC Championship, Super Bowl. Like nobody's doing that like that.
Only the Cowboys had.
I know the Cowboys. Yeah, I know they had their little quick, mid '90s run, but outside of that,
the Seahawks went back to back, and that was another team that almost had the chance to do it. It was Seattle back in 2013-14, but it just goes to show.
What seasons was back to back when that happened?
They blew Denver out in 2013, and then they first
14. That wasn't the Lynch handoff year, was it?
The next year was
the year after that, right?
Wait, was it the year before?
No, it was. They beat Denver.
I think that was a couple years later. I don't think that was the next year.
Oh yeah, because Denver went back and won one.
Yeah, that was when they beat Cam and them. That was 15.
Miller.
Yeah, that was 15. So that was like a few years later.
No, I'm talking about the
13
Seahawks.
and
They went
15.
back to back.
They went to the Super Bowl back to back?
Yeah, Seattle did. They blew out Denver and then went the following year. Remember when they Green Bay muffed the onside kick?
Oh, okay. You talking about that one? Okay, got you.
Yeah, they went twice. Then we ended up beating them that year. I was like, whew.
I should have known not to debate with the walking encyclopedia.
When did Cam go?
Yeah,
Cam went in 15. I remember that because I was watching that while I was working American Idol that day.
13, 14, that you saying that was Seattle?
I was Russell. Why didn't Cam jump on that ball? Pause.
Because he didn't want to get hurt.
In the Super Bowl.
Bro, you're in the.
It just shows you, man. You gotta take care of business when you're there. He probably assumed in his head, like, man, we just did this season. We'll be back. Panthers ain't dismissed since then.
Remember, even the post-game interview. We'll be back. We'll be back.
It's easy to think that at the time. I thought Atlanta was gonna be back after what y'all did to them. Like Atlanta looked like great that season. I thought they was going back to get back. And I think the next Super Bowl was actually like in Atlanta. So I was like, okay, it's in Atlanta. They'll be in Atlanta. That's what I assumed.
Have to win a championship football.
Oh yeah, so it's difficult. It is a difficult thing to do in any sport.
Football is the hardest sport to win a championship, in my opinion.
I agree.
Because there's no series. If there was a series, it'd be different. But
yeah, because there's
every other game has.
But one can say, that can be
helpful as well.
That can be debated. That could be debated
I
because
feel like football and hockey. I feel like are the two toughest ones to ultimately
it's like a
score.
7-game series. The best team always wins. I don't feel like the best team always wins in football. Sometimes
doesn't.
you can get caught
Well-
lacking in football and it costs you your season. You can
Any
get
good
if you get
on
caught
that.
lacking in basketball, you have time to recover from that.
Hold on, hold on. I know you don't watch it like that, but hockey, 2017, the Nashville Predators, they were the 8th seed team that wasn't supposed to be there. Knocked out the Ducks in the first round. They made it all the way to the West Final. Then there have been a lot of teams for hockey. Florida just last year, another 8th seed team, knocked
Yep.
every team out to the cup. So I think for football, because you're right, football it can go either way. It doesn't matter. Records don't mean spit, but it's like I feel like they're kind of right along the. I feel like they're kind of like right on the same in terms of scoring.
Mhm.
It's just hard, and when it comes to losing championships too, I feel like in the NFL you have 18 weeks, and that's still a long time to be like you get all that way and you come up short.
Right.
That's the same. I feel like for hockey too. Like this in basketball, you can say 82 games, and then 4 rounds of a grueling 7-game series.
You have to win. You have to win 16 games to win a championship.
For hockey too, there's like puck luck involved and stuff, so it's not like it's hard, man. Because the puck bounces one way, and then the next game it doesn't. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, that's a. I'll just say for any sport, it's tough. If it was easy, bro, everyone
Everyone would do it.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. One of the surprising teams to me so far. We got the Bucks and the Colts, and I was referring to the Colts as far as like, man, who would have thought, especially with all the injuries and everything that's transpired, the release of Leonard and everything. Here they are sitting at 6-5. I think JT missed the first 4 games?
Missed 4 games,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Like, and here they are, lost their future quarterback. They're sitting at 6-5 right now with a chance to legitimately make the playoffs.
And you know what? You know what that's telling me too? That's the Colts saying, hey, we got some stuff going on, but we're going to deal with it as a team when it's time to deal with it. Right now, we're on the field, and it's our time.
Right.
We need to go out there and win. That's our focus.
Would
When
y'all
we get
say
off
they're in
this
a really
field-
good direction right now as a team? From outside looking in?
I would
think
say
so.
so.
Just because the way they're handling things, bro.
What
they're
would y'all
not
think
taking
about the
their time.
Leonard release?
Shocking, honestly. Like it was kind of like, huh. Now you just kind of gave him, but I also feel like that's another way of them saying like, hey, we may not be getting a ring in the next couple of years, so maybe this is
Build
the
it for the
time to go
future.
ahead and test free agency. Yeah, go ahead and go contend for a ring if you can.
Right.
I didn't really look into it too much. Why did he get released? Do y'all know? Was it just money? Or what?
So yeah, I feel like it's contention. Like I feel like he wants the ring, and I feel like the Colts are going to give him that. They want
Okay.
him to. I feel like they're doing what the Raiders did to Woodson. I feel like they're going to be like, man, go ahead, man, go ahead, get you a ring, and then if you're up to it, then come back.
Right.
That's what I feel like it is. Because Leonard is a really good player, and I've always wanted him to get a ring. So I feel like that's what it is. I feel like once he gets that
Kenny.
ring, he'll probably.
What's up, big dog?
Yeah, and
What up, man? I got you live on the podcast right now.
On the phone?
Yeah, live on the podcast, big dog. So we kind of had a question about something. We were curious about why your boy Leonard was released.
Okay, for sure. Right now, is that your only question?
That's our only question right now.
All right. Well, Darius Shaq Leonard, from my understanding, the reason why he was released, the biggest part is number one, he is not the all-pro linebacker that we have seen in the past. He's been off the football field for the past 2 years, year and a half, with 2 back surgeries relating to nerves that go all the way to his ankle, and also the money situation, man. The money situation with him.
Y'all just paid him a couple years ago, right?
Exactly. I think he was like the highest paid linebacker at the time, or something like that. Respectfully, yeah, he deserved that contract at the time. With us releasing him now, it frees up $55 million of cap space for next year. And I think with the new regime, the new coaching staff that we brought in this year, everything's new, and the defensive coordinator that we have this year, that we also had last year, he was never part of the Shaq Leonard drafting in 2018. So that defensive staff didn't have any ties with him. We've as an organization, we felt like we had better linebackers, better players in that position as of right now than having the Shaq Leonard that we have, the new Shaq Leonard now, with the past injuries that he's had in the past. I think a lot of it has to do with, yes, he's not the same player, and 2, the money situation. I think we're going to owe him $26 million next year and $28 million the following year, all the way up until 3 years from now. So that's a lot of money to give out for not being the same all-pro linebacker that you were.
But do you still feel like he's still like effective enough? Like, because clearly he's probably gonna go to a contending team. Like, from what you've been seeing, does he look like he still is gonna be like,
full?
From what I hear and from what I hear and from what I think is, I think it'd be better for him to take the season off, just take it off, get 120% healthy for the most part. He's healthy now, but he really still isn't the same. He's an off-ball linebacker.
Hey, watch, because we saying this. Watch this nigga sign with somebody tomorrow who's gonna be breaking.
That's exactly what's gonna happen.
The Eagles, the Cowboys, any team that is struggling on that side of the ball with that position, linebacker. But I've seen all the games. I've seen the tape. He's 215 pounds. He can't really shed blocks that well like he used to. He lost the step, in his explosiveness. For example, I don't know if you guys watched the Patriots and Colts game at 6:30 in the morning like I did, but there was a there was a specific play where the Patriots, Mac Jones throws a screen to Ezekiel Elliott, and Shaq Leonard sees it before Jones even throws the ball. Shaq breaks on it and totally he fucking whiffs on the fucking tackle. Totally. And that's fucking Ezekiel Elliott. He ain't no.
You recall that, Jay?
Yeah. He completely missed it.
You know what I'm saying? He totally whiffs, totally misses. And if that was the old Shaq Leonard from 3 years ago, probably would have been a freaking strip fumble or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
So Ragu, you know what it sounds like? Ragu, you know what that situation sounds like? What you've been saying the last year or so, better to be a year early than a year late on a guy.
Yeah,
that's what it sounds like the Colts did.
And I think, obviously,
sounds like people might know though.
For the past few years, the Colts have dealt with a lot of injuries that have, the biggest part with the new coaching staff is we're finally taking accountability. We're not going to wait on a year or 2 years or 3 years for you to actually come back as an all-pro. We need you now. And if we're paying you that much money and we feel like we have other players that are probably better in that position right now, we're going to take that player for $5 million a year, then you're 26. It sucks. It sucks, but it's the reality and it's the truth.
Okay. Well, we appreciate that, brother. We was over here like, curious, and nobody truly knew like what went into it. And I know you follow like all Colts fit, so we just wanted to get your take on that real quick.
Another thing I want to, because as a small market, because I'm a Lakers fan, so I'm used to the big market. I'm used to all the new outlets. But when I'm an Indianapolis Colts fan, the small markets, they don't get no love. And when Shaq was an All-Pro, he was the best linebacker in the league since 2018. Let me prove it.
I agree. He definitely had that case for sure.
He's better than Warner. He was better than Warner. He was better than all the linebackers that is now. With the turn, if you're talking about specifically turning the ball over, what you want in a defense, by himself, Shaq Leonard had like 16 interceptions with 8 forced fumbles. Bro, no linebackers are even reaching that right now. So I want to make my case for Shaq Leonard. He might not be the same player, but he was the best linebacker for a few years in the past. That's what I want to say. Small market team, man.
Got you. You out there slaving with Norman right now?
Hell no, I'm off, baby. That's what
all right. All right. Well, appreciate your words, my guy. I'm gonna hit you when we get off of here.
One more thing. Much love. Appreciate you, man. Much love. And one more thing. Sucks that Jonathan Taylor is gonna be out for 4 weeks with a thumb injury, but best believe we probably would have upset it.
What the hell, bro? My fantasy season over with. I did not know that.
Surgery for his thumb injury.
Wow, I didn't even see that. When the hell did that come out? I just was looking at my lineup last night.
This happened this morning.
My gosh.
Jonathan Taylor's getting a thumb surgery. He's gonna be back 3 to 4 weeks. And it sucks. We're probably not gonna make playoffs, but shit, we were.
Yeah, we was just talking about how your record was looking with all the injuries. That's crazy. Well, thanks for the breaking news on here, because I didn't even know that.
Hey, let me tell you. Remember last year when we was 4-12-1?
Yeah.
We pretty much the same team, and we already have 2 wins more than last year. Same goddamn team.
I knew you was gonna come at me for that, because I said 4 wins.
If Anthony Richardson was still playing, bro, best believe we'll be upsetting somebody in the wild card. But you just want to add that so much.
Yeah. All right, bro. I'll holler at you. Well, got a Colts fan perspective, because I know don't nobody pay attention to them niggas but him. So,
right.
Or if Jay Will was here. But so I guess that's what it was, people. It sounds like the whole Ragu module. It's better to be a year early than a year late. Whatever reason that may be, it may be to get more quality pieces on your team, maybe for cap space concerns, whatever. But I'm starting to see that more and more, as the years go on these teams.
Yeah. Right after you get your money.
So I mean, the Colts are, they are sitting a little pretty considering the circumstances, but I had no idea about the Jonathan Taylor thing.
Yeah, neither did I.
That's wow. Yeah, my fantasy season's over. He was just starting to wake up too. He just balled the other day. He had like 2 tuds, 100 yards from scrimmage.
What are you talking about?
So apparently Jonathan Taylor is out the next at least 2-3 weeks.
What was it? A foot injury, right?
You said what? Nah, it said a broken finger or something.
Oh shit!
I'm like, bro, like he just started balling out. I'm on a 5-game winning streak in my fantasy league, and then
I'm on a 6-game right now.
Yeah, and it's been partly because of how Taylor's been playing. He's finally woken up. Well, not woken up, but I finally got him, while he's up to speed, and now this happened. So now I'm gonna have to. I think my other backup is Rachaad White, so hopefully he covers that. I got a little bit of depth on that team, so hopefully I can make it through without him. But it sucks though. I got some devastating fantasy news live here on the podcast.
My thing is how I didn't even know how did he break.
Man, he was just. I'm telling you, I was just looking at his spit on fantasy last night. He was perfectly fine. Like he just went off on Sunday.
Oh, speaking of injuries, I just want to throw in there's been 15 players this year with torn Achilles or torn ACLs.
Is that like a record or something?
Torn Achilles. Yeah, 15 players for the same damn
Damn.
injury.
That's a problem.
What's Deshaun's injury?
Shoulder, I think.
So is that the turf?
It has to be at this point, bro. Because did you see the Dolphins, Jalen Phillips?
Oh yeah, that was
Bro,
terrible.
that shit was non-contact. All he did was literally he stood up, he was in his stance, and as soon as he said hike, all he did was release and take off. The second he pulled his foot up, he went right back down.
I seen they said something about it would be like 10 to 15 million more to do all grass.
They're
And
billionaires.
Like literally, if you piece up every billionaire to cover in for that, like how much is that really? Like I know it's easy for us to say, but it's like, bro, that's not even $1 million a piece. Like you talking like probably less than $500,000 for billionaires. And I know, like, again, it's somebody else's money, but if you're talking about the best product possible, this is why we have the PJ Walkers and Brownings and Stetsons, and this is why we have the, Tim Boyle. That's why we have these guys out here, for the product. So,
Right.
And that's if what the problem is. I don't know if that's exactly the problem, but if so, it's like we know that there's something going on right now. So why not at least do it just to see? Is a few $100,000 not worth the investment of just simply seeing like, okay, maybe, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it is kind of cool to see like these backup guys who never really got a chance start, but also there's a lot of games that like look really good on paper. Like, let's say, for example, like Cincinnati versus the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
If they have both their quarterbacks, that's a way better game.
Right, for sure.
So, I mean, there's so many backups this year. It's actually crazy.
I'm telling you, bro, like I know I've been saying this all show, but this bad quarterback play I've been seeing this year makes me have an appreciation for even just the decent guys that we slander a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like that looks like a GOAT to me right now with the quarterback play we've been seeing.
Yeah, the drop off between like the top like 20 guys in the league to the 64 is like unbelievable.
Yeah, like I don't think we see that in any other sport, honestly.
For real.
Like at least every what would you guys say is the deepest basketball position? Like a point guard?
Probably small forward.
Or small.
I'll probably go the PG route personally, but everybody is at least like
probably point guard.
Yeah, everybody at the point guard position is at least like, you know what I'm saying? Like they could drop off, like anybody's capable of getting dropped off. Like Steph can get dropped off by the worst point guard in the league potentially. You know what I'm saying? Like they're all at least like they gonna give you buckets. They can give you a dub a night potentially. You know what I'm saying, on any given night. So,
yeah,
but it seems like with these quarterbacks, sometimes it seems impossible for them to crack 150 yards. Like that would be like a great game for a lot of like the bottom tier guys, like what you're saying.
But like also, in a competitive game, not some comeback game where they, just out there chunking it up. Yep.
And a lot of them throws they do be some like if y'all seen the Bengals game the other day, like them two lucky catches that Jamar Chase got. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that adding to the stat sheet. They was both damn near like tip picks. Ended up being positive yards. So it's just crazy, man. It's crazy to actually, I guess, take that in and notice that. And I honestly feel like I probably won't have, unless your name is Trevor Lawrence, I probably won't have as much slander for you going forth like that, because I appreciate all these guys now. Even
3. By the way, JC, since Isaiah is not here, I got you, Isaiah. I got you. I know you're not here right now. We'll get to when we get there. I know we're not on that game.
Yeah, we ain't on. Matter of fact, we on your game. We going Patriots and Giants, which we definitely ain't spending too much time on this.
What a stinker!
What you need to know is I just want to be very clear before I say anything. Win, lose, or draw, I'm a Patriots fan for life. There was.
And I don't want to hear all that. It sounds like it's cracking. Because if it really was there, you wouldn't have to say that. It sounds like it's starting to crack a little bit, don't it, Ragu?
Yeah.
Because that don't need to be said.
It's just beginning, really.
I just want to throw that in there. But
We didn't ask you nothing about that.
Exactly. It sounds like you having some thoughts, brother.
Oh no, never. We have.
Yeah.
I was rolling with them when they were winning, and now I got to do the same when they lose. And they've been bad for what? 4 years now? 3 years? So I'm still sticking with them. But we potentially could play. We could get Caleb Williams, and I'm only saying that because the Panthers, yes, they're bad, but they already have a quarterback, and I don't think. Do you think they would be? Do you even think they would even go for Caleb? I don't.
I don't think so
And
either.
if the
And
Bears
Caleb might go back to college if y'all niggas talking about drafting him. This the thing. Mac Jones is not. I'm not saying he's Joe Burrow or nothing like that. But we seen Mac Jones when he had a half. I ain't gonna say half, like a quarter of competency his first year on the Patriots, and he was able to make the playoffs. Your line is trash. You have absolutely no weapons on offense. I don't know what's going on with Belichick. He looking like a shell of himself in like 4 years. What the F do you expect this guy? We talked about how hard that job is. The quarterback potentially being the hardest job in sports. What the F do y'all expect from Mac Jones right now? Because why do y'all keep doing the scapegoat, starting them, benching them thing that y'all keep doing? Like Mac Jones is the problem. It's much bigger than that.
I've never said it was only. I've never said it was.
He said it's much
Mac.
bigger than that.
Caleb should run, stay his butt right in LA if the Patriots get the number 1 pick.
Yeah, no, I have never put full blame on Mac. I just think my issue with him is that there's times.
I don't know.
where
I've heard you slander Mac quite a bit. Talking about
I have miscues, and
again,
The
I'm not
Patriot
saying
way.
Mac.
The Patriot way, then they wouldn't draft the first player anyway. They would trade the pick and get multiple picks.
Pick up an Edelman.
And then look at the picks that y'all have. Like y'all skipped on St. Brown. Y'all skipped like it's a lot of guys that y'all still could have got in that time that Belichick, your guy, is drafting. It's guys that was willing to come like a DeAndre Hopkins, who he didn't want to pay. Like it's y'all just don't have bro. Y'all not good, bro. Your team is not good, and you guys are scapegoating Mac Jones.
No, we definitely need to.
The defense is the only thing that's like half. You know what I'm saying? That's like half competent on the entire team. The defense, y'all take care.
It is fair to say that New England is trash.
Oh no, they definitely are. But we have for sure. we have to upgrade.
I thought he was going to say something positive.
That line has to get upgraded in order. But
y'all made the
like you said, Dre. It's time to cheat, man.
Exactly.
Or you can actually just draft some good players. That'll work too.
Hey, we live in an era where it's work smarter, not harder.
Mm-hmm. And
I'm a cheat, man.
That 219 definitely personifies that.
Hey, we just need players who are willing to do it. I don't think they're willing to do it.
Y'all had DeVito out there looking like he it. Like.
Oh, I know. but that game all around was just that was bad. No, like you said, the line definitely needs to upgrade. We have to get some guys around him, but there's just times where he's missing players, and that's why I don't think it's gonna last too much longer. But he's getting at some point we gotta look at the team as a whole, not just one person.
Yeah, it starts from the top, bro. I know that's cliche, but it definitely starts from the top.
The defense were definitely, one
the
thing.
Patriot way. The Patriot way is over. That's the first hard pill that y'all need to swallow. Pause. The Patriot way is over with.
For sure.
They still got that defense.
But if you look at a lot of our games, they're by usually 3, or they're not by a few games we got spanked, but other than that, a lot of them are close. So if we can just get the right people,
that's the defense. This is the defense. Y'all can't put no points up.
We can't
JC,
exactly. That's
correct
something that
way
I'm still
to
not-
say that
that's
is there
some-
was no Patriot way. That shit was all Brady.
I still think, looking at this team, I still think y'all was smoking crack, thinking Brady would have got 10 wins out of this.
I'm telling you, he would have. This is the same boo boo shit they used to run
There's
out
no
there.
way. There's no
He
way.
would've.
But he had Gronk, he had Moss, he had Edelman.
Like
What
he had something. Like y'all don't even have an Edelman, and Edelman was mid. Y'all don't even have that.
Gronk would probably play too if Brady was here.
That's fair. That's
Hey,
fair to
this is
say.
the Patriots just
It'd be this boo
saying,
boo
hey,
team they got and Gronk and Brady, and
And then motherfuckers would go to
they
the
be in
championship
first in the
too.
East. They be in
This is
first in the
just
And yeah,
NFC
that's
East.
another thing. And that was at the time, you know, going back to actual history, that was at the time when the Bills and Jets was actually garbage. I know people can't fathom that now, but yes, the Bills were hot trash, Jets was hot trash, and who was the other team?
Dolphins.
And the Dolphins. They was okay here and there.
They still got 7 rings or 6 rings or 6 rings now.
We can't take away from that, but I just like, oh no, I feel like the Mac Jones stuff is getting a little excessive. And I'm not saying that to say he's the guy or he's it or nothing like that, but nobody's doing nothing with that garbage that y'all got right now.
It's the Tom Brady.
Well, I was never in on Mac Jones either. Let's just let that be.
Hey, it's the Tom Brady effect. You go from the greatest.
This is-
quarterback
I'm
of all
just
time.
saying.
Hey, Ragu, I think
huh?
Mac. I'll take Mac over the guy y'all got right now. I'll take Mac over that.
It's an order of fries versus an order of onions.
But also too, it's like if they can just, like I said, a lot of those losses are like usually
Cooked in the same
half of them
grease.
are by like 3. So if they can just get the right freaking pieces, then I think they can be fine. I'm not saying Super Bowl, but
So when do you hold y'all GMs and scouts accountable, like Ragu be saying about y'all drafting wrong? I get it. Every team misses out on picks, but like there was a list of guys that it's like these is who the Patriots could have had.
Let's be
just the last
honest.
couple years
Ziegler,
alone. Y'all passed on a
Ziegler
lot of
just
guys.
left this place. Ziegler just left this place, and he showed what a clown he is.
Ain't that who brought Adams, nigga?
Derek Carr brought out.
Yeah,
And with
about
A-
to say Carr
Bringing
did
AB
that.
through that.
Everybody knows that, JC. But you know, yeah, he gets the credit. But yeah, he came. Carr got on the phone and made that happen. Even David Carr said that after the trade, after his brother got traded. Well, after his brother got cut, they straight cut Carr and got Garoppolo. They tried to. We're not even on the Raiders, man. We're not even on the Raiders. My bad. Go ahead.
But yeah, we're definitely not going to spend this much time on Patriots. We're like,
We're done,
what
aren't
we
we?
doing?
Yeah.
I appreciate you for spending this time. on it,
Man,
too.
Steelers and Bengals.
Hey,
I wish I had one of my Burrow guys here, but I mean, it shows that he's pretty good because they are very stock looking on offense without him. The defense is still good though,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, they're not going anywhere without him, man.
Yeah,
And then
Bengals.
I thought about you, JC. The question you asked: were they going to go to the playoff? Was it 2 weeks ago? I think you asked.
Yeah.
And then
like 2-3 weeks ago.
I think 2 weeks. And then this happens. So, you know, the answer to that now is no.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just keep that one down right now. The answer to that is no.
And in situations like this, where the quarterback goes out and y'all pretty much just collapse, especially as far as putting points on the board, it shows that what he had the highest contract ever. He earned every effing bit of that.
Well, I remember 2016 when Derek Carr got hurt the last game of the season. We made the playoffs. We went 12-4. Not only could we not score in that playoff game, we couldn't get first downs, bro.
Wow.
It was that bad.
Was
Wow.
that with Khalil Mack and Amari Cooper?
Yeah. Yeah. We had the dude, we started the Michigan State kid, Connor Cook.
Oh,
And then-
Mariota
yeah.
wasn't over there yet?
And then we took
No,
him out
Connor
and put
Cook.
in McGloin, Matt McGloin.
Mariota wasn't over there yet when that happened?
No.
think he was in
Mariota came
Tennessee.
with
He was still with
Gruden.
the-
Oh.
Gruden and Mayock brought Mariota.
I think that was Mariota the year before or the year after Mariota got drafted.
Ragu, you know what my takeaway too is from this game? I didn't realize how much the Steelers were really an effing quarterback away.
Dude,
Because
Yeah.
the fact that you sitting at
They're
7-4 with that quarterback,
It's the defense.
y'all niggas should have been. Y'all should have gave Deshaun. Y'all should have hit that nigga Deshaun and said, "Man, we got 250 guaranteed." Because
Were
Man.
they even in on him?
yeah, that was definitely hell yeah. That was he talked to them for sure. That was like one of his top 3 options, if I remember correctly. It was them, it was Atlanta, and it was somebody else.
Well, it was all about the money because if you can go play for Mike, you gonna go play. I would think.
I don't know what
Mike
his
called.
number was.
If Deshaun Watson was my son, and he like, yeah, Dad, Mike Tomlin just called. I'm like, and shit, we're not going. Like,
No,
call him back.
I remember the Steelers being at the top of his list, and I was wondering why, because I didn't see whatever he saw at the time. Now I see
It's just
it,
the money.
but at the time I didn't see that split. So
he
yeah,
was seeing
Steelers
great.
should have outbid the Browns. Like I said, the fact that they sitting at 7-4 right now with that type of quarterback.
Isn't that crazy? Isn't that fucking crazy that they're sitting at 7-4?
with no quarterback.
And
Bro,
they didn't
when I
play.
saw
They
their
didn't play a
record, I
couple
was like,
teams
what
too,
the hell?
and their division.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it ain't like they didn't. Yeah, they just
It was just crazy.
Yeah.
When the game ended,
Mike's
I
got a
looked at
great
the
program.
record.
Oh yeah.
Great
I looked
program.
at it, I was like, oh shit.
And I know we still got
damn.
I know we still got what 5-6 games left or something like that. But my
Don't say
my
that.
prediction of Tomlin having his first losing season is looking shaky at best.
It's
I
looking
cannot
shaky,
believe
but
they're
it is the NFL.
7-4.
You right.
I can't believe it.
And how many teams have fired their offense coordinator with a winning record too? That's crazy. They were
That
like,
just-
yeah,
that
that's
shows
true.
that fan
That's true.
pressure worked this time.
Hey, that's true.
Because they've
I
been
don't think-
screaming to fire that man the last 2-3 years. But it's probably
I-
because as
I
fans
wonder
they
if
see
that's
the
ever
potential.
been done. Has that ever been done?
that's probably been done over some like allegations or some shit, but not because of like how bad he was coaching.
Yeah,
That's
or they
crazy.
or they
Like,
just
bro,
or
we,
they
like,
just left on
barely
their own
winning.
because they got hired.
So I gotta let you go, bro. We're barely winning at shit, bro. You should be. I mean, how do you fire a guy? What do you say?
Because they're saying it's
Shit,
the
we're
defense.
Fucking
They're saying it's
suck.
the defensive guy.
We
Speaking of
got a
firing,
winning
did you-
record, but I gotta fire you, my man.
I
We're not
mean,
Did you
Points
hear
on the
that
board.
Frank Reich got
I mean,
fired?
another thing that was rare. How often is a fan base screaming for a coordinator to get fired, and everybody just went right past the head coach? That usually never happens. Of that being that loud,
Well, it's
and literally nobody is uttering the head coach at all.
It's Mike. So let's.
Yeah, I get it. But that's my point though. Like that, you know what I'm saying? So to me, that says something right there.
This team is 7-4 when this team could barely even move the ball.
That's nuts.
We should have beat him. We could have beat
Hey
him.
man, if the Steelers get a quarterback, watch out. That should be that should be their whole thing this offseason. They need to throw all the chips out, whatever they need to do, or that scouting department, find the guy, because I know you guys won't have a top 10 pick probably, but find the guy who, in that scouting department that finds the diamond in the rough.
Like you said, scouts do your job.
Exactly. That's what I'm on these days. F a tank for a pick. Scouts, do your effing job.
Hey, NFL, I'm open to be hired. Give me a budget. I could be a freelance scout.
That guy behind Sports Junkie was a 7th round pick, if I'm not mistaken.
6.
Do your job, Scout.
199.
So yeah, call me or at me, inbox me.
Let's go.
All I need is a budget to tell me what position you need.
Let's toss that boy an M. He's there.
Let's go Panthers and Titans.
Oh man!
Well,
so
Frank Reich
really,
got fired, right?
really don't want to spend a lot of time on this, but
we can start with the breaking news of
Frank
first
Reich.
of all the.
Now, didn't I predict that on this show?
I think you might have,
I
but
said his ass was getting fired, bro.
But Frank Reich might be the first coach. Well, I'm gonna say might be. He is the first coach to get fired mid-season and back-to-back seasons. And honestly, I don't recall ever seeing a coach get fired as soon as he got hired. Like usually if they fire you, they at least wait to the end of the season. I don't think I've seen a coach get fired mid-season because like that's what Raider fans was asking for with McDaniels last season. And everybody was like, nah, that's impossible. They're not going to fire you. You know what I'm saying? Like in the middle of the first, like they just hired him. You got to give him some time. They fired this man mid-season, so you must have. I don't know what it is, or like
you gotta realize when they get fired. My bad. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Dre.
Oh no, you got to realize too when it comes down to that, like the front office and stuff. That's what it ultimately will come down to. Like, how do I say it? Go ahead, Rag. Once it comes back, like I'm trying to figure out the word for it.
I got you. So. They could have had CJ, right?
Yep.
So, like when shit like this happens, I think like, did Frank Reich sell Bryce Young, and then
they did. I did see something yesterday of them saying Bryce Young was handpicked by him.
All right, so now though,
but for that though. Just like we talked about. Is CJ doing what the F he's doing if he was on this Panthers team?
That's why, like,
nigga, no.
Development is so big.
Team is hot garbage. They have no line. You traded the only competent offensive weapon you had. They honestly might be worse than the Patriots if we talking about, because at least they got Stevenson. These niggas don't got Smith.
So wait, remember how they finished strong, bro, under the interim guy. Right?
At the end of last season. Right.
Now you 1-10 and you got the quarterback and a receiver? No, you gave up the receiver. You gave up the receiver. But you got a quarterback and you're 1-10 after you finish strong. So
a quarterback that don't have a second and a half, but a second and a half to throw the effing ball.
All right, let me say this. Do they have a better record if Wilkes is still there coaching? In other words, if they do what Mark Davis should have done and is faced with again himself and hired the interim and got Bryce, are they 1-10?
They might be 2-9. This team just ain't it, bro. It's like what did you say? What did you say last week when we was talking about the coaches and stuff? It's almost like you need good players on your team to win the game.
It's amazing, huh?
Crazy concept, right?
Yeah.
Like you actually need good players to effing win games and to win the Super Bowl. Who would have
And be
effing thought?
considered a good coach, a great coach.
Like, come on,
All
man.
the
Like,
great
what is he talk? Like,
coaches-
I don't know what. And again, I'm not even capping for dude. I can't say if he a bad, good coach. I can't speak to that. But I know he got fired last year based on what the coach potential was supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, people had them as the number one pick in their division, so it was disappointing at how they started. But as far as this right here, nigga,
This is pitiful.
Jesus Christ himself couldn't save his team.
But you know,
They
honestly,
didn't change
when you
up
look at
that
it too,
much.
they just have no line.
They have
the
no
line is-
line, Ragu.
They
He
have
has no
nothing.
Ragu.
He's
He's
glossing
not giving,
over that.
He's not getting. He's
Bryce
not,
has no time. Have you been? I mean, I'm sure you haven't watched a whole lot of them, but like,
Hey,
have you looked at the couple little primetime games they did have?
Hey, it's a
Bryce
tough.
is not a
tough
bad
watch.
quarterback, bro. I don't care what nobody's hollering about. Bryce
Hey,
Bryce
they're a
looks
tough
decent,
watch.
bro, at minimum.
they're a tough
and
watch.
his
I ain't gonna
line
lie.
barely gives him
But
time to
I see.
breathe.
I know where you're coming from.
And I'm not saying this to say Bryce is effing with CJ. I'm not saying this to say Bryce is the GOAT or nothing like that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying he looks decent though. He doesn't look like a I guess straight bust pick, you would say. And I don't think CJ would be doing what. Let me rephrase that. I know CJ would not be doing what he's doing if he was on the Panthers.
Well, it seems like the owner agrees.
Houston low-key already built a line. You know what I'm saying? They listened to their quarterback who told them, hey, I need you guys to draft this guy, man. That's gonna be my best report. And they went and got him. And look how that's
in
working
that
out for him.
case- And by them doing that, Ragu, by them giving him that power, he probably had that leeway. Like, oh, hold on, they actually listened to me to go get
His
that
confidence
person. Now I
probably
gotta
went
go
through the
do my
roof of
part.
making that work.
Yeah,
And it
now
makes
he's
you
like, now I
wanna-
gotta
it
go
makes
do
you
my
wanna
part on the
do-
field.
Yeah, it makes you want to prove it and show your gratitude for them including
Right.
you and
It's
shit. and all
it's
that.
one thing, and the same thing was probably with Burrow and Chase. Like it's one thing to say you believe in me. It's another to show it. And Houston
Yeah.
showed it when they actually
Actions
listened.
speak louder than words.
Exactly.
Actions speak louder than words. And by
Facts.
that show of a result, that's what CJ is looking at. Like, wow, dude, I'm a rookie. I've never stepped foot on the
So I
NFL
don't-
field.
I don't know if maybe
Yeah.
some internal split. I don't, I hate the conversation that's going on right now of like people saying like, oh, well, yeah, it's because you took Bryce over CJ. It's like, just because a number 2 pick ends up being better than the number 1 pick doesn't necessarily mean you failed. Like, for example, like I'll give you a basketball example with Atlanta and Dallas. Just because they didn't get Luka doesn't mean that they effing failed. Trae Young has still, he has the Eastern Conference appearance that he had with them. They've been far more competitive than they were before he got there. Like they still have their star guy who's putting butts in those seats. Luka hasn't done. I mean, Luka's obviously better than Luka's top 5 player in the league, top 10 player in the league. But lost my train of thought. Yeah, so basically Luka is better than Trae Young. Like that's obvious. But that doesn't mean Trae Young is just like piss poor. It means nothing to them at all. He's putting butts in the seats. He's had, he's been both. He's had seasons where he won games, seasons that he lost games. Same thing as Luka. He's had seasons that he won games, seasons that he lost games. So it doesn't automatically mean it's a failure. So I just feel like the media is coming down hard on Bryce, and it's totally like undeserving right now. Kind of a little similar to the Mac Jones thing, but I think Bryce is, for some reason, it seems like the Bryce thing is a little worse because everybody's talking about, every time CJ does something, they're talking about Bryce. And Bryce is just, product of his situation right now. He either needs to be freed or them scouts need to do their effing job and build him. They need to honestly bench this nigga right now before he F around and get hurt. It's a whole lot of veteran guys that want to get in the game and want their chance to show themselves. Go get one of them, sit Bryce down until you get you a team. Or at least fix that line at minimum.
You
I'm
don't want
passionate because I've been seeing
habits.
Bryce. I've been seeing Bryce slander on so many media platforms the last couple of days, especially since this firing. Like, I hate that shit.
I saw the firing coming. So
Before the season was over, you saw that?
no, not before the season. I didn't
Okay.
think they would pull the trigger on him, this quick. But I knew the dude.
I mean, yeah, 1-10. It's kind of hard to.
Even
But-
before he was
That's
1-10,
what- You get
the
fired.
writing was on the wall. Man, the owner felt like he either is two things, either two ways it could go. They could have had Purdy, right?
Everybody could have had Purdy.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody could have had Purdy.
Okay,
But that's not really fair.
but I'm just saying, Purdy's a small guy doing his thing in Frisco. This guy, Frank Reich, has Bryce and can't do anything with him. Then
What do you expect him to do with that line?
CJ, who we could have had, is over there killing it. So the owner, you're looking at your guy, your coach, like, man, like either way it go, you're faulty. Like you can't win with the little guy, like they're doing in Frisco, and you told me to pass on
Man, the guy. That is a terrible way to look at it. The guy in Frisco got 1 million weapons on his team. He has the best offensive lineman in football. What are we talking about? Arguably the best running back in football.
But you ain't got to be 1-10. I ain't saying you got to be.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. You're right about that.
Yeah,
You're right about that.
I mean, it's looking.
It's
bad.
the one. That's why I'm saying it's that 1-10. Like that's
Yeah,
It's kind of hard to talk your way out of that. I don't care how bad your team is.
and they beat the Texans, right?
Yeah, that's the one game they got. Ironically, that's the one game they won.
That's the NFL for you. They beat CJ. No.
Because I was different. Like CJ's his guy. That's like playing against your brother. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter how good he is to everybody
The
else.
rivalry game.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're my guy. Like I'm going at you.
I mean, it's just funny, you know what I mean? Division game, the two quarterbacks. He got one win, and it's against them.
Right. This might be game of the week for me. We got the Jags and the Texans.
Yeah.
was a good game.
I was looking forward to this one.
It was a
Hey,
good game.
Quick thing.
Real
It lived up
quick.
to the hype.
It sure did. It sure
Quick
did.
thing. Quick thing. The Buffalo and Eagles game was game of the week for sure.
Okay,
There's no way this one
I said
tops it.
contention. I said
All right,
contention.
that's fair. That's fair.
It's contention
Real
for game
quick,
of the week.
and I'm-
I think it meant something to me because I'm a big CJ guy now. Like that's you feel me.
Right.
So I was hoping for him to pull it off.
I felt like this matchup is going to be the one for years to come.
You think so?
Yeah, in
Let me-
the division.
DJ Stroud, man, 26 completions on 36 attempts, 304, 2 tutties, no picks, 4 sacks.
Dog.
Then
And a
Let's
rushing
go.
and a rushing touchdown
rushing.
with 40
and a
yards on the
rushing
ground.
touchdown. Yep. Now let's get to the real sunshine, Trevor freaking
Here we
Lawrence. 23 of 38, 364.
Hey, about
one
time.
tutty.
About time. About time he showed up.
He is, and they are 8-3. 8-3. Oh,
Hey.
this is gonna be crazy.
Yeah, because he be getting carried.
Yeah, don't be mad because he's the real sunshine. All right.
But CJ, man,
He's
They,
still doing his thing.
I think they
And
kicker
this
missed
game
what
is
2
literally
field goals.
about inches.
That made the difference in the effing game, man. We could have had us an overtime.
And this game is literally inches.
That's
From-
what was.
because
It
of
was
that kick.
man. It literally hit the bottom of the effing rail. Like we were
Yeah.
that
Like
close,
this
man.
game is
to
no
getting a-
joke when they say
And
comes
it bounced
down to
back
inches.
far as a motherfucker.
Man.
Yep.
That was what damn near 60 though.
It was 56.
Yeah. 56. Yeah.
Okay, I got a question.
That one gonna bounce back to like the 15.
I got a question. Real
It's like
quick.
nope, no overtime today, buddy.
If you're an NFL kicker, you should be able to drill 60-yard field goals, in my opinion. or like be able to kick a 60-yarder.
Why you think they be switching them in and out so much? Because they be like, nigga, you got one job. Like, there's nothing to even talk about. No motivation speech, no nothing. You have one
Just gotta
job.
kick that motherfucker straight.
And make your kicks. That's it. I know it sounds easy to us, but like clearly that's how the NFL teams look at it too. You got one job. We will get you. Like after our the Rams with that Steelers game when we had old boy, who missed like 3 or 4 kicks, and that's literally the reason that we lost. Missing PATs, field goals. He was gone the next day. Literally.
Remember Brett
They don't play
Maher?
that shit in the NFL, bro. You got one job. Kick that ball. You can't kick it right. Get the F up out of here. We'll find it's a million guys that want a chance to kick the ball.
I remember like 4 years ago, the Vikings had that Daniel Carlson dude on the Raiders now, I think.
Yeah, on the Raiders.
Yeah.
He missed like 3 kicks in the Packers game that we tied in, and now he's like an all-pro kicker.
Yeah.
He just missed a
It is
30-yarder
crazy.
on Sunday.
What?
He missed a
Yeah.
30-yard field goal.
Come on, Roger. Don't do that. He's still one of the best
He
in the
is still
league in
pretty
business
solid,
right
though.
now.
Yeah, he's
Justin
solid.
Tucker missed a kick this weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
That-
Tucker
that's
missed
been
one.
heavy.
I
his
couldn't
was
believe
like
it.
what,
And he
20,
made-
30 yards? He was
Yeah,
so
and he made
it happens to
one
the best
from-
of them.
It does. It does. Real quick, I want to backtrack. Look at Adam Vinatieri. Our first two when they
Man,
played
don't
Carolina.
nobody want to talk about you. You see this nigga right here?
Hold on. It's a
Hey,
moment. That's why it made me
JC,
think of
go
that.
to the next topic. Man, We're not gonna do that.
Struggle, you can struggle all day.
Hey,
but
look,
when
he
it comes
he
down
fucked
to
up the
clutch-
algorithms of the show when he
Man,
said
nigga had to find a way to slick slide his memories in. It's over, bro.
as soon
It's
as you
over.
said Vinatieri, shit got all fucked up.
But yeah, this is gonna be a fun matchup for years to come. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? To be honest, the way I look at it, I mean, CJ got his look back. You feel me? Trev, you know, they got him this time. He
Real
balled
sunshine.
out. CJ beat the snot out of them earlier in the season. You know, this one had more implications because it would have been big because they would have, you know, Houston would have won the tiebreaker, you know, should they need it as far as playoff implications. So, you know, or the division title. So, yeah, man, that was a very fun game to watch. I
It was
enjoyed
big
it.
for the division. It was huge.
CJ, I can officially say that CJ is my second favorite quarterback in the league right now, and that's my thoughts on it. Oh, and like I told y'all last week, Tank. Oh, I'm so passionate about it. Tank Dell is that guy.
Yeah, he is. And shout out to CJ for having his people go get him.
Absolutely. That's literally what he did. Like, I love to hear that, bro. That like made my heart smile type shit. Like Tank Dell literally told him, like, hey man, you know, congrats, you know, let them know I'm available. CJ was like, oh, I got you. Went and told, like, I just thought that was a super dope story, man. That was hella dope. The way that happened.
He a real dude. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't just
Yeah.
like telling the guy, oh yeah, I got you, and then
Yeah, he really went. And then told him, like, hey, I just told them, you know, whoop whoop whoop. I don't know what's gonna happen, but you know, I'm just letting you know I did my part. I let them know. Next thing
and
you know,
Tank is live too. He liked that. So
yeah, and that's the thing. That's what makes it even more beautiful. Like,
it's a win-win-win.
exactly.
Feel me?
Exactly. And it ain't like he just told him, hey, look out, and then he ain't holding up his end of the bargain.
Right,
Like,
right. He in there dropping
Everybody
balls
looks
and
good
shit.
right now.
You're right, right.
So we had the Battle of the Sorry for the Battle of the Sorry division, and you got the Saints and the Falcons.
Your words, not mine. I'm not gonna do the NFL guys like that. Yeah, I don't know about this one. It was a division, man, division. When it's division game, get your popcorn, settle in, some people finna get it's finna be some hard hitting out there. You know what I mean? It's finna be some borderline fights. And a close game. In a close game.
But that's gonna be these niggas the rest of the season because it feel like it's gonna be a losing record to make the playoffs with them once again.
Somebody said that on our prediction show that
Me and Isaiah.
yeah, losing record was gonna win this division. So yeah, somebody
They're both 5-6.
this is that somebody has to go to the playoffs.
Somebody gotta go.
Yeah.
Do y'all agree with that
Everybody
format?
can't go in the AFC North.
I'm cool with it.
Do y'all agree with that format, or should it just be best top 16?
If it was
Top 14, my bad.
if it was top 14 or 16, then division games wouldn't really matter that much.
That's true. Yeah.
Um,
It gives it a little more, umph, even with the bad teams. You're right.
It's actually a really good point. Yeah.
Yeah, win a division. Keeps that rivalry, all that stuff intact.
Right.
Which is really what drives the NFL is those rivalries, man. We don't want to get all watered down like NBA and like how the college football is kind of moving.
Everybody play
towards.
everybody. The division split don't really matter like that.
Right. And shout out to the Pac-12, man. I was always a Pac-12 guy, so little melancholy this weekend when they closed the doors on the place. Well, next weekend, I guess, after the championship game, and they
That's
turn out the lights on the place, man, for the final time. It's a little bittersweet. I go back to the Pac-8. Y'all go look that up. Go Google.
Pac-8. I never even heard that term in my life.
Welcome to the Big Ten, buddy. Welcome to the Big Ten.
the big
Yeah.
30.
Yeah, glad to be there. Not looking forward to the 9 a.m. start, but hey, it is what it is.
In another series that we're not gonna spend too much time, we got my guys versus the Cardinals.
Kyron Williams, man. That was impressive.
You
So-
see, though?
Matthew Stafford looked impressive.
See my guy though. This is the leading rushers of Week 12. By the way, hope y'all can see it.
Well, I was
what I'm
wondering how
saying?
many Josh had. I knew Josh was over 100.
How many did he have in total? Like total yards?
Believe it was 181 from line of scrimmage.
Gotcha.
Did y'all enjoy the show, man? Don't all speak at once.
Honestly,
Yeah, I thought Stafford played really well. Sorry.
yeah, he had a great game. Kyron, obviously, good game.
Stafford also breaking news. Stafford also is now 11th all time in passing touchdowns. Y'all be trying not to put respect on his name either.
Damn.
And he probably more than likely will be top 10 by next season.
You think he's a Hall of Famer?
Yeah,
That's hard with football. I mean, well, yeah. If you reach top 10 in passing touchdowns all time, yeah, you got to be. You got to
He
be.
has
there.
a Super Bowl.
And you
many
won the Super
yards?
Bowl. Yeah.
That Super Bowl.
But,
helped
like,
him
what are
out
we
a
doing
lot.
at this point if that's not Hall of Fame? And I believe he's close to like 30,000 yards. Like,
Yeah, hold on.
30,000? That's all? I'm
What's
just
the
saying.
record?
let
What's
me
the
see.
record?
It might be more than that. Let me see.
It's got to be more than that, bro. Donovan McNabb threw for 30 G.
What's the record for that? Is it like 64?
Okay,
What?
my bad, y'all. Ragu's right. I was way off. 54,000.
Yeah, Brady threw for like 90 racks, didn't he?
Or was
80,
it like
80 something. He got close.
Oh yeah, you're right.
He got
Yeah, I remember Manning, Brady, and Breeze all eclipsing 50 a while back, bro. I'm talking about a good shit, half a
I mean,
decade.
Stafford got at least what 3-4 years, at least. So that's enough time to put up what That's enough time for him to get like maybe mid-60s, 70.
It's a trip that a guy like Stafford can come. And he's talented, don't get me wrong, but he's got more yards than Warren Moon.
If you get
He
top
would not.
10,
He
if you
would
get
not.
if you get top 10 for an all-time record, like passing touchdowns, especially in a more so like pass happy league, you got to put the guy in the Hall of Fame. And he got the. It ain't like he never won. Like he won.
Yeah,
One of the
that
greatest Super Bowl games of all time, by the way.
that ring sets him apart from guys like Matt Ryan. I can't. I'm blanking, but like that's huge for his resume.
If he's
And
he's
think
got
about
to
it.
put on.
That was a good question, by the way, Gia.
He's got to get to an overwhelming amount of yards or win another Super Bowl.
What's the overwhelming?
70?
He can,
Plus?
he can get that. He can get
70
that.
plus.
He can get 70.
And then
I know it's hard for him because of the injuries, but
right now, I recently been watching some the NFL Icons show from, and all those guys are in the Hall of Fame that they show, and you know what I'm saying? I just saw
how many yards does Eli got?
Eli's gonna go, and Eli is not gonna go first ballot, and he won 2.
Okay, hold on.
Eli will for sure.
Hold
go
on.
for
Time out.
goals with Brady.
Time effing out. Stafford has Eli Manning numbers right now.
Yeah, and Eli.
All
That's
the-
what
Yards,
I'm saying.
touchdowns, completion rating, all that's it. He got
How-
Eli numbers right now, and clearly he still got at least a few years left.
He's
What
How
got-
old is
about
Stafford?
he doesn't have one Eli number.
What? Because he missing the ring?
Yep. And Eli is not gonna go first ballot.
But his numbers is going to be better than Eli's.
So Stafford is not gonna be first ballot, no matter what.
Of course not.
As of right now, if career ended to this year,
Probably not.
he's not in.
But assuming what we know that he's probably got at least another few years left, he's gonna surpass all these Eli numbers, and y'all got this nigga in the y'all got him in the Hall of Fame. Some
How many
people think it's
touchdowns?
some people
How many
think it's
touchdowns?
criminal. You said what?
How many touchdowns?
They both got so Eli has 366, Matt has 346. So he's gonna surpass like all this nigga's numbers. For sure.
Except it.
And he got a ring. It ain't like he don't. I could see if he didn't have one, and he got one.
Because if he stayed in Detroit, I don't think he I don't think he has a chance to go in the Hall of Fame. Honestly, that ring.
Yeah, they would have just called him a
Come out of
numbers
that.
guy. Yeah, for sure.
He's not a Hall of Famer right now. And he's not gonna be a first ballot at any time.
I say Matt Stafford makes the Hall of Fame once his career is over. Based
How
on
many-
what? Based
How
on
many
what?
tries? How many tries?
I would have to have something to compare it to.
Over under. Over under.
What's the over under?
2 and 4.
2 and 4 for what?
Years after he's done.
Oh,
I'll say 5.
I mean, how
You
long
think
does it
it's
take for
over?
first ballots? 3?
I think it's
So,
5 years.
It's 5 years.
5 years after you start.
So no, I'm saying after he's eligible, not after he's
Oh,
done.
okay.
Oh,
I'd say over 2 years at least.
I'd say over 3.
I need a let me see something.
I'll give you a good one. Not a different position. But see, y'all, you kind of young, but I don't know if you can appreciate this. Chris Carter was it took 4 times before Chris Carter went to the.
Hall of Fame.
Damn. He's got top 5 hands all time too.
He is second, I believe, in all of the receiving stuff behind Jerry. Like behind, I know catches, catches and
Culpepper, right?
yards. He's behind Jerry only.
Okay.
He's number 2 for yards.
I believe.
All right. So
Damn.
look,
Maybe not. G. Maybe not. G.
Too. I think T.O.'s too.
look, Ragu has talked about this guy, so he's gonna hate that I'm even bringing his name up. But I think it's a good. I got a question as far as this guy goes. So John Elway, how long did it take him after he was eligible?
John Elway was first ballot. Are you kidding me?
He was first?
He went right away.
What? Hey, I was there, bro. It's for his career.
Well, he got the same numbers as Stafford,
Differently. Come on.
but he does have the MVP. He does have
Let's
the
not do
MVP.
that. Let's
It's a
not do
different
that.
era, though,
It was
also.
different football. That was the big shoulder pad era. Y'all see them highlights. Everybody got
You're
the
right,
big ass
you're right.
shoulder pads on. That was a different era of football.
Hey, didn't I tell y'all Ragu wasn't gonna like this name?
No, we can't do the Elway. We can't do that, JC.
Can't disrespect Elway like that.
We know that they didn't play football like how they play now. Come on,
And
JC.
Elway went back to
But you
back.
can do that. Okay, all right. Troy Aikman. How long did it take him?
We're not gonna do Troy either. So I just
my-
listen.
Hey,
Let me tell you why.
Different era.
Daryl Johnston made a statement about the triplets, right? You guys know who I'm referring to when I say that. So
Urban.
the triplets would not have existed if Troy was a selfish guy. All right. So Troy Aikman took a back seat. There was years where Troy Aikman didn't even throw for 3,000 yards, bro. And they won Super Bowls. So Troy is first ballot. His shit is different. He's viewed and judged differently. Although I feel you. Looking at his numbers, when you look down, you're like, what the fuck? Yeah, I know. I know. I've been there. I done had this argument so many times. Yeah. And I've been on the other side of because I'm arguing with UCLA guys a lot of the times, and I talk shit about Aikman just because. But the fact of the matter is, Irvin and Emmitt Smith were doing their thing, man, and the defense and Novacek and all
Prime
these guys.
time. Randy, whatever his name. Randy White. All them guys, man.
Yeah, what about you?
The master is from the Danny White and Roger Staubach era. Randy White, nicknamed Master.
Based on what you know, G, do you got Stafford in the Hall of Fame?
Me?
Yeah. Like
It's
assuming a few more years of playing.
I think the Hall of Fame discussion shit is my favorite part of our shit.
I think it's really
That's why I
hard.
told him. I said that was a great question. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah,
It's really hard. It's really hard because, first of all, like the people that are in the Hall of Fame right now are all like pioneers of the game, and then you got the new era of passing quarterbacks, so it's going to be hard with like him or saying like Matt Stafford, Matt Ryan, guys of those calibers. So I mean,
We'll put, like you said
put all
earlier,
of them in there.
we'll put Stafford over the
Thank
top.
you, G. What you say, G? Say it again. What was that last part you just said?
You can't put all of them in.
Thank you, man. JC, that's
But
all
the
I'm
thing
saying.
is, we'll put Stafford over the top, like you just said earlier, G. Like as far as like what separates him from them guys was that he did go and get one. That's what made it like a legit like discussion now. Matt Ryan has the MVP, but Stafford
Real quick.
won, and he actually balled. Had the game-winning drive, by the way. Had 3 game-winning drives in that playoff run.
That one against the Bucks was that one was.
Yeah, the Bucks.
one was
He had the
dope.
Niners one, and then he did it in the Super Bowl when Odell went out, and all he had was Cooper Kupp.
I will
Man.
give Stafford this. A lot of times throughout history, we be like, well, if such and such has such and such line and defense or whatever, they would have been. And he actually, got such and such's defense and O-line and all that shit. And
Yeah, but
then-
it's like you said. Who the F would have thought that you need good players to win a Super Bowl?
it's a crazy concept, bro.
Like, he didn't have spitting years for Detroit. Everybody was crying for him, like, damn, he don't got nobody. He just putting up numbers. Then he actually gets a team, and it's like niggas is holding it against him. Oh, anybody could have won with that team. Anybody would not have gotten 3 straight game winners in the playoffs, bro. I don't give a F who you talking about.
Hey, you know what, man? I'm a back away from the who could have did what shit.
You
Now-
started it on this show.
I know.
You already set the fire.
Hey, and I want to put that out. We gonna stop talking about who could have did
You
what.
invented that, nigga.
That's just because I hate Brady so goddamn much.
That man said,
He's
yeah,
your
that was
greatest
when we knew it.
quarterback.
That man said Cam could have won with that. We was like, damn.
No, and how New England is and what the hot turd that Josh McDaniels came to Vegas and laid, it just solidified for me how good that dude was, man. So, Mr. Brady, forgive me.
All right, let's move forth. We got Cleveland and Denver.
Denver's really playing right now.
Russell Wilson, he looks good right now, man. He looks really good.
He hold on. He looks all right.
He looks good, man.
Here's the thing. You know
A
why
lot
he
of-
looks so good?
They
Because
started
anything is
1-5.
better than that garbage he put out last year.
Yeah.
So he can have these mid-tier games and let the defense carry him. And it's like that's what the problem was last year. The defense was carrying and you wasn't holding up your end of the bargain.
Right.
So now he actually looks good, but he's still playing mid.
I don't know.
It seems like he's moving his legs a little more now, though. I will say that.
I don't know. His touchdown to interception ratio is really, really good this year, which is winning football, man.
That's all they needed. The Broncos is doing their job. Don't turn the ball over. Like, manage the game. We got you.
Right.
It ain't like he got a whole bunch of like crazy offensive weapons or nothing like that. He got some decent guys, but
Right.
Don't look now. The Donkeys are the hottest team in football. Fucking donkeys.
But yeah, Wilson, I think is his glory days are definitely behind him though.
I saw a throw from Russ the other day, man. It was
The Smith that was in the
It was 2015 Russ.
end zone.
No, this was on like a. Was it a touchdown?
Was it against the Bills?
No, it was this game.
Nah, this week he had
Yeah.
a cold touchdown. I think it was the only or not.
This was a cold first down on third, I think. JC.
Yeah,
But
he had a cold touchdown, like the back of the end zone in the corner when like the play was like damn near dead. It looked like old Russell right there. He's shown a couple flashes, but overall the numbers just haven't. They don't look Russell like.
and man, defenses are really good.
Defense was
They're only going to get better.
That's why I believe in taking care of your defense first, then go get the quarterback. That's my motto.
Defense was
Are you gonna be dealing with what Herbert dealing with over there in San Diego?
Speaking of mid,
And on D, what are you? It's just, man, there's so many things to say that you're going to focus your team on. But anyway, let's just, before we get into an X and O deal here.
I got another question for you, Ragu. Do you think the Browns are able to sneak in without Deshaun, or do you think it's gonna full blown collapse? Because they if you seen how nasty that game was, they are.
I don't see them getting into the playoffs with this kid, without Deshaun, man. So really, Lamar.
They are 7-3
Pittsburgh.
though, and there's only 4 or 5 weeks left. So I mean, you think maybe they still sneak in one of them last 7 seed or something, just because of how good their record already was?
I don't see them winning 3 more ball games without them.
Is that how many they need, though?
Somebody has to go to the playoffs. But Miami, Buffalo, Kansas City,
Baltimore,
and Houston. That's 5. So there's only
Pittsburgh,
2.
Pittsburgh.
That's 6. There's only one more spot.
Colts,
You know what I'm saying?
Colts.
So,
Colts are looking good right now.
you got the Texans and
Yeah,
the
they don't have
Jags.
JT.
So and then Denver. So
Yeah.
hopefully we can spoil Denver.
but the Colts-
Hopefully the way it sets up is Denver needs to beat us at home in the last game of the season, and we
Their business.
Oh yeah, it comes. Yeah, that would be hard if it come down to that. That would be hard.
Well, but yeah. So very slim chance, JC. I say no though. I say no.
I think it depends. Let me see something. I'm gonna see something real quick.
They got to go
They
through.
do. The offense does look brutal right now, though.
They got to go through like the Bills too.
All right, so they play us next. They not winning that. Then they got the Jags. That doesn't look
They're
good.
not gonna win that.
They can
Hell
get
no.
they can get the Bears. So that would put them at 8 and 6? Yeah, that would put them at 8 and 6. And then they got the Texans, Jets, and the Bengals. I think they can possibly squeeze out the Jets because their quarterback play is brutal right now as well.
They could
They
probably
got a chance, man.
And
They
maybe
got a
maybe
chance.
the Bengals actually. So yeah, I think they
That's 10. They can get to 10 because the
yeah.
Bengals.
So I think they can
Bengals are
squeeze
very
that
beatable.
last seed, but but as soon as they get there, they're gonna get the spit beat out of them.
So it's gonna come down to the Bengals and the Browns without Burrow and
Right.
Deshaun.
Right.
Sean.
That's gonna be a great game.
That's gonna be brutal.
If that ain't the NFL for you,
That's one of them games you was talking about, G, that look good on paper until you
Yeah,
look
man.
at the teams.
when you look at
Yeah.
the schedule at the beginning when they first put it out,
You're
you're
like,
like,
oh,
You're like,
like, okay, that's how
oh.
it's gonna end.
Storybook.
that's that league for you, man.
All right, so we got the number one contention, as my boy GA said, for game of the week. We got the Bills and the Eagles, man. Classic.
Jalen Hurts walk off. That was just sick. I was like, and real quick, and GA, if you can agree with me on this one, I think you could, but the Bills had that game. If Gabe Davis and him were on the same connection, they would have had, because Gabe Davis had a wide open touchdown and it was just misdirection. Gabe Davis went this way and the ball kept going straight.
Speaking of that,
And he had the corner beat.
and speaking of that, Josh Allen is now 0-6 in his career, regular season and playoffs in overtime games.
Damn. It's kryptonite for real.
It's just
Nah,
Jimmy's and Joe's.
So all you got to do is take it to overtime. It's
That
looking good.
motherfucker's gonna sell.
It's players not played.
And shout out to the Eagles kicker in bad condition coming out to kick that game time, to kick that,
That was
time
nuts.
field goal. They did that, ran it in, kicked it, made it, and defense did their part because don't forget, Buffalo won that toss, but a miscommunication by Gabe Davis and Allen is what ultimately blew that.
Hold on 1 second. You have 2 timeouts and one of the highest paid quarterbacks with 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and you decide to kneel the ball out. I don't get that personally. You have would y'all put Josh Allen top 5 in the league?
I would.
Right around that area?
I would.
I
Easily.
put him around that area. If you have a top 5 talent in the league at quarterback and you have 20 seconds and you have 20 seconds with 2 timeouts, you should be trying to get into field goal range.
Where's the ball at?
It's at the 25, so they need like 30, 40 yards.
What's the score in the ball game?
Tied up.
Who getting the ball at the half?
No, this is the fourth quarter.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
this
go
didn't.
ahead. I know
He's
what
saying if you got a
to-
top 5 quarterback in the league, you shouldn't be on the graceful
and
bow
going to
out
OT?
type split.
yeah,
'Cause
it
you
was
don't-
20 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Y'all remember in the playoffs when the Chiefs went down and scored in 13
In
seconds?
13 seconds, bro.
13 fucking seconds with they had what?
But it is a little different because the game wasn't tied. So
Hold on,
who's
hold
to
on.
say that the Chiefs tried?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who's to say they tried that if it wasn't tied up?
And
They
Josh
probably
Allen
would-
and
The
Pat
Chiefs got
Mahomes.
that boy, man.
Yeah, and Josh Allen's not.
And
Pat
that boy
Mahomes.
Arik.
Yeah, but I think. Well, I don't know. I was gonna say I think Mahomes takes a knee on that, but I forgot. Andy Reid lets his nuts hang, so I don't know. He probably would have still tried to go get
Yeah, no,
that.
I know.
Andy
No, I
Reid
think
is
that's
Allen-
like
I
that.
think that's a good call, G. You know, let's get in here and get some flip this coin and see what we got.
And that's the crazy part. They won the freaking coin toss and lost. That's where I
Yeah,
was
that
like,
goes to show that
damn.
bullshit theory is not true. That with them pacifying the players and changing that rule. Play
I
some
got-
defense.
They
Good
were
rules.
bitching so
Still a
much
good
about
rule.
it.
Play
Good
some
rule.
defense, nigga.
Too many times I watch my team in overtime, the other team get the ball to the 30 and the fucking game is over. So
Hey, it's better. It's better than what it used to be, where all it took was 3 points.
That's what I'm saying. Once they got it to the 30, you know that was their ass. That's a 47-yarder. All NFL kickers can make that.
Yep.
Now they got to keep going because if they kick the field goal, you get the ball too. So it was a good rule. Good rule.
Yep.
It was needed.
No, but I'm talking about the new one that they made though, where they give both teams the ball no matter what
Yeah.
in the
Oh,
playoff.
not when they scored.
That was that pacifying spit.
Yeah, now
'Cause it's like that
was-
same playoffs. That same playoffs, Mahomes lost after getting the ball first, after the game that everybody was complaining about.
No, what? When did they? No, they just. That's only
Okay,
if
Burrow.
the other team kicks a field goal. If you can, if they score a touchdown, that's game.
No,
Yeah.
that's only regular season. In the playoffs, it's you get the
playoffs
ball
is
again.
different?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, in the playoffs, if you score the team that scores, you still get a chance, whether you get 3 or 7.
Oh, I did
Yeah.
not know that.
I didn't know
they
that
changed
either.
that last offseason. They changed it the offseason. It hasn't happened yet, but they changed it after that Josh Allen and Mahomes game happened because everybody was
And they
crying
only
about this.
changed it. Yeah, they only changed it for the playoffs too. The regular season it remains the same.
That makes sense though to keep like game speed and shit. Like, you
But
know
I
what mean?
still feel like they shouldn't even change that. Like the Bengals showed you that they gave the best quarterback in the league got the ball first in the playoffs, and the defense was able to get a stop. If
Man.
Mahomes can be stopped, anybody could be stopped.
Man, if your defense can't make a stop there, then who says you
You
should be-
deserve to lose. It's
Right.
that simple. It's that simple. People act like it was like a 100% thing, guarantee you, but we ain't gonna get into that again. We done debated that so many times on this show.
And people gonna have to go to work the next day when they finish some of these games in the playoff.
Man. Well, it's only one time though. So if they come down, what does make it interesting is I guess more of the tactic of like, do you go for 2? Do you take the field goal? You know what I'm saying? Because the other team, if you do take the field goal, they're probably for sure gonna go for 2 to end it. And then if you go for 2 and don't get it, then the other team is like, okay, all we gotta do is kick it now. So I mean, I guess it makes that part a little more interesting, but other than that, bro, they could have left it how it was. He just asked about Josh Allen being a top 5 quarterback. Do all of y'all have Jalen as a top 5 quarterback? And if you do, what number do you have him at?
I have him at least. I'd probably put him like top 3.
I'll put him in 3 as well.
I don't know who number 2 is though. Honestly,
I'm looking at it as if it was my team. Mahomes,
I got Mahomes at 1 too. I got
Jackson.
Burrow when he on top of his spit.
Jackson.
As of right now, I'd probably put Hurts number 2. Honestly,
Is that y'all MVP thus far?
thus far, yeah.
Can't forget about Lamar.
Lamar's been balling though.
Of course.
But the way
Burrow, Hurts. So he's top 4 for me. Jalen is. The 5th guy, is it Josh Allen?
I'd put
Who's the first 3?
Mahomes, Lamar, and Joe Burrow.
You got Lamar over Josh Allen?
Yes.
Oh wow.
I'd probably go.
That's interesting.
I'd go Mahomes, Hurts, Burrow. Wait, no. Mahomes, Hurts, Burrow, Allen, Lamar. That's my top 5.
Are we doing top 3 or top 5?
It sounds like y'all going off of like literally this season play.
Yeah, and that's what it is.
Outside of Mahomes.
And that's what it should be, man. It's season by season. This is a season by season deal. No,
well, Mahomes is the only one y'all not using that for, but everybody else.
Yes, I am.
Going off this season.
Guy.
Yes, I am.
Mahomes is that guy.
I just saw him play Sunday. Believe me, sir. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. But I got Allen 5th. I tried to not put him in there, but yeah, he's in there.
Outside of the
y'all know I wanted to put Watson.
outside of the rush, you are such a hater. Outside of the rushing ability, would you compare the way Josh Allen is to like a Brett Favre?
Yeah, he's a gunslinger. He lets that shit rip.
And gets a lot of interceptions because of it.
Yeah,
but it looks amazing when it gets through.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, he's a great quarterback. It's just those turnovers haunt him, but he's still like a great throwing quarterback. Like he has a really good completion percentage this year. Those turnovers, man, they're killing him.
I got Stafford more Favre-ish than Josh Allen. I can't take the running out of there, so it's hard. I can't get it.
Yeah,
and that wasn't Favre. Favre was just a cold gunslinger, kind of like Stafford. Stafford ain't trying to run.
Josh Allen is like a blend between Brett Favre and Cam Newton.
That's a good comparison.
That is.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right, showtime, Ragu.
Man. All right.
Chiefs and Raiders. The AFC West showdown.
Yeah, bro. So y'all want me to just handle the whole thing?
Go ahead.
You got it. Floor is yours.
I know you need your time.
The Chiefs are
Hold on. My bad. Real quick. Before you do that, we got something we got to address first.
All right.
And Dre's gonna love this topic. How do you feel about the way the Marcus Peters thing was just handled this weekend? Did you see that whole? Well, I'm sure you've seen it. You watching it. How do you feel about the way that was handled? And obviously they waived him yesterday morning, but what was your thoughts on that before you get to the thoughts on the game?
So overall, I felt like benching was necessary. You see this guy a couple weeks back when we got Jack Jones, who had history with Coach Pierce. I think the writing was on the wall. And then
has he been that bad though?
He just
so
won't tackle, bro.
excited.
He will not tackle. He will not fucking engage out
But he's
there.
always been like that. But I guess because his coverage was so good, they were willing to ignore it.
Nah, I'm talking about, bro. I don't know. I don't remember him making not one solo
You see
tackle.
what I
bro.
see? You see what I see other than
So-
him running his mouth?
So then the actual releasing him was a money deal because he was on pace to hit some incentives or whatever, and they was gonna have to pay him an extra 1.5. So that saved the team 1.5 mil by cutting him. But benching him, yeah, I saw that. I felt like that was necessary, and I'm not advocating for people to be losing their job or whatever. So I wish him the best. But yeah,
I was just
Just
shocked to
wouldn't
see
tackle.
Pierce just came in and already like kind of laying the hammer down as an intern against one of
Like,
the guys, I guess.
we not gonna accept bullshit. You feel me? We're not gonna accept
No,
mediocrity.
this guy wants to win. This guy wants to win, and Marcus Peters does not value that.
That's what he's saying. Get this dude out of here.
Bye-bye. And no one's going to pick your ass up either.
I knew
I don't think so.
I knew Dre was gonna love this topic.
I don't think nobody's gonna pick him up either.
This is
Yeah,
yours,
so
Nate.
yeah, he might be a rat. He might be a rat.
Might be.
It's crazy
He
because he
is.
just got a pick
Bye-bye.
6 the other day though, like a couple weeks ago or something like that.
Yeah, against Detroit.
Yeah.
But the tackling, it was the tackling, man. It was horrible.
Mm.
So I want to start off by saying
Bye-bye.
the positives. You know what I'm saying? So I was looking at the stats in the game. This just shows you. This shows you. It's the Jimmies and the Joes, like we've been saying, JC. It's you need good players. Who would have thought? So
And like you said, your coach is not going to put up with this new interim coach isn't going to put up with BS. Either you want to be here and win or you don't. Simple as that.
yeah. So look, 3 total yards, 360 to 358. First downs efficiency, 5 of 11, 7 of 14. Time of possession, 30 minutes, 45 seconds, 29 minutes, 15 seconds. No turnovers on either side. 4 punts for one, 3 punts for the other. 58 total plays. So if I told you that game, you'd be like, damn, what was the score at? You'd be like, damn, somebody,
Right.
that was like the 13-10 or whatever it was. So 31-17.
But y'all missed a couple fourth downs, didn't y'all?
Yeah,
Did he miss
0
a
for 2 on
PAT?
fourth down. They didn't have any.
Did
No
he
for
miss
it
a
on course.
PAT?
We were 0 for 2 on course. So it's not X's and O's so much as Jimmy's and the Joes, man. And they got the dude Mahomes. And they get to a point during the game where they are just determined, you know what I'm saying, to score the football. But what I saw, I want to talk about is the Raiders' offensive line. So they got the best player on the offensive line, allegedly, back in the lineup after missing 2 weeks. One could argue that they blocked better when he wasn't there, and they moved another guy over to his spot and brought in somebody else off the bench.
Mhm.
But what I saw is our guard play, and we just cannot figure out how to fucking block Chris Jones, bro. Kills us.
Has anybody figured that out, though?
Man, but he doesn't do other teams. I watched him play against other teams, bro. He does not fucking wreck the game like
The way he do y'all?
always seems to do against us, bro. So the fourth down play, for example, JC, he just
He blew that spit up.
jumps right in there. I'm like, oh, bro, how did y'all let him do that shit? So I think we need we're gonna need a center and a guard. I think. And really, man, that's really all I got, man. The guys played hard. I kind of think Max probably should have sat out so he could have had a full 2 weeks with the bye to sit out and get his knee better, but they couldn't keep him out of there. It's
come out strong, man, against the Vikings, man, and beat them because from what I scouted them last night, and we just got to be ready to throw hot and pick up the blitz, man, because those guys are going to come after O'Connell. They're going to come after.
My four of next 5 prediction. So far, so good.
Yeah. And that Minnesota game, man,
that got to be the one.
The way Brian Flores coaches defense.
We still put the money on the Chargers one, but right now, so far, so good.
I know we're going to beat the Chargers. I ain't worried about that one. It's that Minnesota. That one's going to be tough.
Man, he foul how he doing the Chargers. He said, I know we're going to beat the Chargers, but Vikings.
I would be worried about the Chargers if we had beat them already.
Good point.
Yeah, the Chargers is fighting for their life right now, too. You're going to be playing a desperate Chargers team.
Chargers got to be like the most disappointing team.
We're going to see how much they like that coach.
It seems like the Chargers is always the most disappointing team every season.
Yeah.
They great on paper.
always have crazy.
Starting to see what Ragu and Isaiah was talking about. Like, they be fooling me on paper, and then the season start. And I'll be fair, they have had a couple injuries and stuff, but it's a lot of teams that dealt with injuries. And you look what the Vikings just did. You know what I mean? Like,
also,
it was missing their
also
number
the head
one
coach.
guy. Like,
It's also the head coach.
somebody
He
who
is
we
the
literally
biggest
thought was their
problem.
offense, and they went undefeated up until last week. So I
Bosa's
can't
is
even use
delicate.
that as an excuse.
Bosa's is delicate.
Both of them, huh?
Both of y'all always getting hurt. Y'all gonna see it.
Any thoughts, non-Raider guys? Any thoughts on that game? Hey, like, we weren't paying attention to that spit.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie though. I paid attention to it. It was the Raiders got up to a good start. Like, they didn't shy away or anything. They got up to a 14-0 lead, if I'm not mistaken, Ragu.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
thought they was
it's,
gonna pull it off. I was thinking of what Ragu said. I said, man, if this dude pulls this off, they are gonna catch him in the locker room, and Mark Davis is gonna hire him right then and there.
Yep, they would have. He would have.
No, like, it's the biggest thing. At the end of the day, Patrick Mahomes did what Patrick Mahomes is gonna do. He's always gonna get him some, but what they do, score 21 unanswered after you put up 14
Yep.
on them.
28,
Yeah, so
28 on that.
28 unanswered. Yeah, so it was, and it seemed like too in the second half. What was more annoying to me in the second
Well, no,
half
20. Yeah, you're right. 21 unanswered, and then we kicked the field goal, and then they put another one.
what was kind of getting
And we
me,
missed
though,
the field goal as well, though.
And the receivers actually
Yeah.
caught the ball against y'all. They must have been watching the show.
And so I think the biggest thing though in the second half too, it was like towards the end of the game, the Raiders just struggled to move the ball, and I felt like there was a lot more punts in the second half than anything else.
I feel like too they got one on the fourth down play. They could have got a little more creative than that too, man.
Oh yeah.
And then you got to
I
figure
thought that was-
out what you're
Yeah,
doing.
that's
They didn't block.
defense
That was
isn't
not a good
stupid.
play call. That was not a good play.
Yeah, and that defense isn't stupid.
Right. Jones just
No,
jumps right in there, blows the play up. Man, it was.
But you know what? What you can't take away, excuse me, what you cannot take away is that when they started, they had fight. They had, they slipped off towards the end, but they had fight. They came in earlier, but it was just, you gotta, when the way you start the game is how you need to finish it. So,
Yep.
move
showed
on.
promise.
So,
So
Sorry.
and
My bad. My bad.
the stats that I read off are so even that it just shows you, bro. It's not the X's and the O's. It's the Jimmys and the Joes. It's players, not plays. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Mhm.
You know what it
It
is?
I
ain't the
wanted to ask
coaches
you,
calling
how
the
do you-
plays. It's the players making the play when the shit is called.
How do you feel about if you don't real quick and then we'll move on, but how do you feel about Myers? Like
Jacoby?
now?
Kobe,
Yeah.
Man, that boy be
Yeah.
getting Dougie this season.
love him. Yeah.
He's doing far better than we expected. We thought The Raiders was just looking out for that one win he gave him last year.
And he does dirty work. He's an excellent blocker. Yeah, I like Jacoby Myers. Absolutely.
Prayers up to that just reminded me. Prayers up for Chandler Jones, by the way. Clearly
All
a
right.
battle of CTE being.
You think so?
I think so. I'm being dead serious right now too. I really think we're watching it in real time. We didn't have social media when the other players were dealing with what they was, dealing with. So
that's true.
Genuine prayers up for Chandler Jones, man. I don't know if y'all seen the latest video. If you haven't, I recommend you don't watch it.
Today? You did one today?
I didn't see it.
I think yesterday.
If
y'all go watch it, I will say if you decide to be hard headed, at least stop at the minute mark.
Is it on like Twitter?
He went live on IG and there was clips going around on Twitter. That's how I seen it.
Damn. I'm about to look
I'm about to go.
Hey, Ragu, I am warning you. Do not go past 60 seconds. That's all I'm gonna say.
What, bro? Come on. Can't be that bad.
All right.
What this retarded? Excuse me, to the mentally challenged people. Sorry.
Bro, you
we're gonna go prime time Sunday.
Yeah. So
we got Baltimore and San Diego.
San Diego.
Who would have thought the Rams got a better record than the Chargers right now? That's crazy.
Yep, that's because they can't win in close game situations. Well, I know this wasn't close, but like it was for a moment.
Well, yeah, the score didn't. Yeah, the score looked worse than what the game was.
Yeah, no, it wasn't that. But honestly, some of these receivers, man, other than Keenan Allen, I mean, it's just in the penalties.
They need Mike Williams so bad. But like I said, I'm trying not to give him that excuse either because after, Justin Jefferson just missed, the last 5-6 games and I see what they doing. Everybody got injuries, bro. Lamar's missing Mark Andrews, his number one only target. You know what I mean? Like,
I feel like quarterback's like the only position that could absolutely wreck your season if that guy goes down.
Yeah. Yep. That's a great point. Yeah, but I don't think the Chargers' problem is offense. Like, there was a stat after this game that came out.
I stopped it at 60 seconds. So.
Good deal, my brother. Don't try to be slick and go back. I'm telling you. So the Chargers, since Herbert has came in the league, they've scored more points than anybody else. On the flip side of that, their defenses gave up more points than anybody else in that time frame. So
I feel
their
like
problem isn't clearly that's why we always look at the offense and we see the guys that look like the Rolls Royce and the Lambo and all that, and it looks like, man, this is electrifying. And even on the defense, they look like they have pieces, but Derwin isn't looking like the same Derwin as old. J.C. Jackson wasn't playing good when he was there after all that money they gave him. Bosa, like Ragu said, always effing hurt. So they might need to start from scratch, but I think they need to do that with that defense. This is one of the times where I'm saying y'all need to blow that defense and that front office up and start from scratch.
I feel like whenever the offense is clicking, the defense isn't. And then whenever the offense isn't clicking, the defense is. They just got to they got to mesh together.
Does that sound like coaching?
Yeah.
Staley needs to go.
That's long overdue. They were
This-
saying that. They were saying that after the Raiders game. What, a couple years ago when they that timeout game or whatever.
Yeah,
They were saying that after that, and he still got a job. I think it's inevitable. I think he's gone at the end of the season though. I just think they're not doing it right now.
I feel like social media is like a huge part in like coach firings like nowadays.
These days, yeah. Because it makes it louder. Like the media guys, they're on social media, and those are the guys that are reporting stuff, which makes it even louder. You know, like we've had. You can ask Ragu about it. We've had media guys come on our page and like stuff and comment on stuff that we've put out. So you can imagine, you know what I'm saying, other stuff that they're looking at if they, you know,
Follow from burners.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, it definitely has a impact. But I think, you know, as far as the Chargers situation, I think by the end of the season, I think the writing's on the wall. I think he's out of there. Even if he makes playoffs and loses in the first round, I still think he's out of there. He would have to win a playoff game or two to save his job at this point.
At this point, he would have to win the damn Super Bowl.
If the
think
debacle
so?
of last year's playoff game did
Nah,
not
if he
happen,
makes an AFC
Last year's
championship,
playoff game was bad.
if he makes an
Oh,
AFC
yeah, he can
championship,
make-
I think he
Yeah.
if
Yeah,
that
if he
didn't
can make
happen,
that,
then he
yeah.
wouldn't be so much on the line. But they have to go to the playoffs this year, and I would say win a game.
yeah, I for sure he has to win one game and maybe even two.
And they're not going to go to the playoffs, so he's getting fired.
Yeah, they're sitting at 4-7 right now. Shit's over.
I did not realize that my Rams had a better record than these niggas though. That's crazy. Like the roster that they have versus the roster we have, and we outshine y'all. And the injury, like I said, that's why I'm like, I can't give y'all the injury excuse. Look at the injuries we've had this season. Kyron Williams just came back. Cooper Kupp was out the first 4 games, and then he's still
Now he's
been
out
like, you
again.
could tell he's still hurt. He's not as fully mobile as he usually is. Stafford was out. Man, you name it. We've had a ton of, like, everybody has injuries, bro. Like I can't keep giving them that excuse every time they have a bad
Dallas
record.
Cowboys lost Diggs.
Right, exactly. Cowboys lost one of
Yeah.
their top 2 defensive
Real
players,
quick,
and look what
But
they're
also-
doing.
You can talk.
Oh no, I just wanted to send a shout out to Darren Bland. I saw something on Instagram, about him coming up to the NFL. So I just wanted to say a shout out to just keep working hard. I like the work ethic, keep the high end energy, and don't listen to what others say. Just keep playing keep doing you, and keep playing well.
Yeah, he's taken advantage of every opportunity he's gotten, which is you love to see that, man. For a young
You
guy
don't
like
see it
him.
often. You
Yeah.
don't see it often.
Sure. And shout out Lamar, man. You making me look real good. Well, my season prediction, I had them number 1 in the division, and
The LJ8 era, baby.
man,
Question
and
is,
the
can they
heated
be
debates
healthy?
I've had over Lamar, like it's aging beautifully right now. I can't wait to go back to them things.
But can he stay
Oh, man,
healthy
it's a
in the
beautiful
postseason?
thing, ain't it? I ain't even gonna
Can
say
they
nothing.
stay-
I ain't even gonna
can
say
they
nothing.
stay
Writing
else.
on the wall. Like,
Yeah. I ain't even
Can
gonna say
they
nothing
stay-
else.
Can they stay healthy though, come playoff time? That's the question.
That's
The
the
Lamar
question
haters
of
ain't even
every-
on
And I was glad to hear Andrews might be back by the time playoffs start. So
Oh, so yeah, if they
I'm
get
ready to
Andrews,
roll. Because at first I thought he was out for the
season.
season. I gave him no chance. But Mark Andrews
he's
comes
good.
back, they got some action.
I hope he's good.
I'm not saying they're gonna go to the Super Bowl necessarily, but they can get an AFC title game.
They just got to figure out how to get Mahomes on the ground. Just ask him.
I think it's gonna be
That's
Baltimore.
assuming they run into him. They might not have to deal with him.
I think it'll be Baltimore teams though.
Well, I'm saying before the AFC title game, they might dodge a bullet because how good they are.
I feel like you can't win the Super Bowl without beating him.
No, I'm saying not to go to the Super Bowl, to go to the title game. They might not have to deal with him on the way to that.
Oh, well, yeah, they're going to deal with him in the title game. Oh, you saying?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
exactly. All right, last but not least, we got some nasty, nasty quarterback play.
This one
that
was tough.
just-
Monday
Hey,
Night Football.
This was a tough watch, bro.
If GA wasn't here, I would not be spending a lot of time on this.
Hold on.
But but
We need this guy back. We need Kirk back.
oh
We need
Ragu,
him to
oh
come
yeah,
back.
Ragu should like you.
Hey, I'm a Kirk guy. Yeah,
Yeah, I know you've been telling us.
man. Oh, it
Man,
was
come
a
on.
tough-
Hey, hold on. You see how fans are. What type of ungrateful spit is that? Dobbs went out there and balled out for y'all 4-5 games straight, has one
Bro.
sticker, and that's how you do him?
No, okay, hold on. I'm one of the few fans that is still on the Dobbs bandwagon right now, cause like, I could be happier right now because we could have beat the Bears, we could have beat Denver, but to be 500 with Dobbs right now, I mean,
Yeah,
that's better
playing with
than
house
nothing.
money.
Yeah, exactly. Because like as soon as Kirk goes down, I'm thinking like
Y'all thought, yeah, it's tanking
season's
time.
over.
Yep.
So
And then
I'm-
the North is not that strong this year,
Yep.
so
I mean,
definitely got action.
The Packers are on their way up, which that's going to be one of the teams. I
Y'all
think we
play them again?
Yeah, we play them week 17.
Woo!
That's going to be the.
I want to
that's
see that
like-
one.
That's probably going to be our biggest game of the year.
I wanna see
Shout
that
out to the schedule makers.
I was about to say, I love how like this is the best part about the end of the season. We're kind of getting playoffs before playoffs with certain teams and situations. You know what I mean?
Our last 3 regular season games, we
Yeah.
play Detroit, then we play the Packers, and then we play Detroit again.
And
So-
because they're division games, you
Yeah.
know you're gonna end the season with good
Yeah.
games.
Right.
That's
And then if it's the
three
last
division-
if it's the last game of the season, if it's one of those like
Winning
win
games.
and in type situations, like those is the best right there.
I was looking at it.
The best.
there's
Like
a
the
chance-
Packers in Detroit last year. Like that was an incredible game.
Yeah, there's a
got
chance
three
that we
division
play.
games.
Huh?
got
You said
three
what there?
division games in a row. You have 3 division games in a row
Wow.
So like,
to end the season. Detroit, Green Bay, and Detroit. Holy shit!
Damn.
that shit's
You
about to be
see
lit.
Detroit.
Hey, you
That's
know
rough.
what though? You know
That's
what
rough.
though? There's some battle tested type spit. Y'all want to go or not?
That's what I'm saying. Like, if we can't take 2,
Bring it. You should be on the type of time of bring it on. Let's go.
yeah, if we can't take 2 out of the last 3, we shouldn't be. I don't think we should be in the playoffs. Cause like,
I see what you
Yeah.
mean, JC.
Man, for real.
Woo.
like I'm this
This
type
this
of
this
person.
last, I ain't gonna lie, I'm ready. What we got? What 4 weeks left?
Stop! Don't do
5.
that.
4 or 5 weeks left?
I've
But
Don't
yeah,
do
Man,
that.
I'm ready. I feel like this is playoffs before playoffs with a lot of these games, man. I'm excited. And
I
my
can't
team
believe-
included. Because
That's
we in the
how it is
NFC,
after-
so we got action. You know what
that's
I mean?
how it is after Thanksgiving, brother. It's time to get down to the nitty gritty now.
Like, what?
I'm
Who's
trying to
your
get
pick,
certain
though?
teams up out the way, huh?
Yeah, to put the women and children to bed, as they would
Hey.
say. You know what I mean?
hey, it's time to be thankful, and then there's playoff football.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. But getting back to the game, man, like that was a very hard watch, especially as a Vikings fan. Just a terrible game. 4 turnovers from Dobbs. I would say,
Do y'all think the Bears defense is really like that, or was that just Dobbs?
I mean, I think they're pretty good because they did pretty well against Detroit as well. I think they turned the ball over 3 times against Detroit.
Like you said, JC, they division, man. They know them. So they
Yep.
they like,
this-
here we come.
I love seeing Montez Sweat making himself known in that
Yeah.
game.
My takeaway from it was Raiders, y'all gonna have to be ready to block that blitz, man, and throw hot. Because
Nah,
Brian
bro,
Flores brings the noise, man.
I can't.
Y'all, that's a must win for y'all. Like you have to beat the Raiders.
Yeah.
Like
That-
if y'all
that's
lose
must-
that, y'all
that's
not
must
going.
win for both of our teams. That's a must win for both of our teams right there.
Yeah, because our guys are playing for AP's job. So
Yep.
Got you.
I can't wait to be on the podcast that following Tuesday, man. Be fun. Win or lose.
yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
I gotta take a note of that, man. But I respect that though. You feel me? Unlike some other guys who they team lose and they don't pull up, that will remain nameless.
You don't see him for like a
I
month.
respect it.
as soon
Guys
as
will take
they-
a month off on you.
as soon as their team gets hot, they want to come back. Oh man.
I have a question. For everybody. If you are the Bears, right? And the Panthers end up getting that number 1 pick, which I believe the Bears own.
They do.
Are you hanging on to Fields? Do you have your guy? Or do you go draft a Caleb or, you know, one of the guys?
I think you hang on to Fields.
Yeah.
He's
You
shown-
think they got their quarterback?
I think he's shown over the last 2-3 weeks that he can be a top 15, top 10 quarterback in this league going forward.
Okay. Top 10 is you being very generous, by the way.
Yeah, I just think if he uses his legs, he could be top 10, but that's like the big what if.
I ain't
It
gonna
will
lie
go-
to you.
So it's time to start building his team, basically.
Yep.
Okay.
I believe so.
I ain't gonna lie to you, and I'm a Fields guy.
Okay.
I try to get some kind of good package for Fields with some good picks, and I'm drafting Caleb Williams.
Oh wow.
I think
Alright.
also it comes down to what you can get for him. Because like
So
if you,
Right.
here's the thing, Ragu, with the risky thing though. There's no guarantees in the draft, even number 1 picks. You're willing to take that risk on Caleb of like you possibly having your guy already, but then you went and said, you know what? No, I'm gonna go after this guy.
Yeah, I think Caleb is worth the risk,
you also
and you can get, you should be able to get a top flight guy.
And you can't undermine chemistry either. It seems like Fields and DJ Moore have finally built a real rapport and chemistry with each other. That's not to be undermined either.
also like
Who's to say you can't trade? Not to cut you off, G, but
all right.
what if you can pull off grab Caleb and then package Fields into a Marvin Harrison?
Ooh.
Mm.
Marvin Harrison plus a pick too. Something like that.
Or you rather just get Marvin Harrison and keep Fields?
What? See, now I'm trying to think more realistic. Like, what team is in a situation where they would be able to draft Harrison and they want Fields? Like they need they have a
Cardinals?
court. We have to think of
Cardinals?
it. Cardinals?
Yeah.
Cardinals. If the Cardinals move on from Murray, it's not going to be for Fields.
Why not? What if they could get?
Because
You
they're
know.
thinking the same way you are, as far as like, well, we'll take that risk on Caleb. Like that's worth the risk, and they'll probably be trying to move Murray. If any, they're probably gonna be trying to do the same thing Chicago would do. So I don't think that's the team.
But
that would
Chicago's got the pick though.
yeah, but they don't have the Cardinals pick.
They got Carolinas. I'm saying. So
I know, but I'm saying like,
I'm saying
as far
they
as who,
got Caleb.
because you brought up
They-
Marvin Harrison. I'm saying as far as who would be able to get him, and they need a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like who would be? Because that would be like what, the 3rd or 4th, maybe 5th pick. Them type of teams.
So if you the Cardinals, you saying you'll just keep Kyler and get Marvin Harrison?
Either that or get Caleb and move.
Caleb's gone because the Bears got him.
Or well, not Caleb, but like get a quarterback and
Drake,
move on from Murray. Like Cardinals, I think that's Murray's auditioning right now.
Okay, so we know there's not 32, let alone 64. Get a quarterback. Who are you talking about? Who?
Who's out there?
Drake May. Drake May.
You got Jaden, you got what was dude's name from
Drake May.
You gonna get the dude Drake May from
Yeah, May,
North
that's
Carolina?
him.
He ain't no can't miss.
I think Sanders is staying, so I'm not gonna mention him.
He looks Kenny Pickett /
Mitch Trubisky.
what's my main man name in Atlanta?
Desmond Ritter.
Ritter.
Yeah. Yeah. When I see Drake May,
Gross.
he puts me in the mind of those guys. And if I'm wrong, Drake, I'll come on here and say later.
But Ragu knows he's not.
I've missed on guys.
Right now, the contention you got. I mean, okay, so maybe the Patriots, but do you think Belichick is trading for Justin Fields?
I can see that. I can see it.
I could see it, but
I don't think
I don't know.
Washington. I don't think
The last
Washington
few
tanks out to
decisions-
get Fields because I think they rock it out with Sam Howell.
How?
oh yeah, for sure.
There's not
How-
many teams with quote unquote like the teams that are like the worst
That
teams in the
need him.
league. Most of them aren't. They don't have quarterback vacancies.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what makes me wonder because you got Carolina, who's at 1-10. They're not gonna go.
They're
get
not
Caleb
drafting a
Warner.
quarterback.
Yeah, for sure not. Then you got the Bears, who are 3-8, so they could. But I feel like if they're
Four,
gonna get
four,
Marvin
four and
Harrison, they're
eight,
gonna
4 and
try
8. Don't try to
trade.
take a win away from Fields, nigga.
Sorry, which one? Oh, at 4-8. I'm sorry,
Carol-
my bad.
the
4 and
Carolina-
8.
The Carolina pick is the Bears, though.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh.
So what if you
I
could
could
take
see-
your first round pick and Fields and get Marvin Harris? Yeah.
I mean, in
Caleb Williams.
essence of the way you're describing it, that's a no-brainer for sure. That's worth the risk. You giving Caleb, Marvin Harrison, and DJ Moore and that defense that they already have. Yes, that situation is worth the risk. The problem is I don't see
What if you gotta
teams-
send DJ
Yeah, like
Moore
how that would
and-
work as far as making sense for
What if
a
you got to
team to
send
do
DJ Moore and the pick and Fields to get the pick?
I mean, now you just full blown shooting in the dark now.
Where you feel like you need to be to get Marvin Harrison? Second?
No, I mean top five.
Probably
Like,
two.
probably like that 3 to 5 range.
Yeah. Probably like I'd probably put
Which
him
right
around-
now is looking like who? The Titans got action. Patriots got action. The Communist Party got action.
The Titans need a quarterback.
Cardinals. Titans definitely need a quarterback. But
Well,
you
there
know,
you
we're,
go.
we're assuming that the Titans are gonna lose out. You know what I mean? If they're in that position. But yeah,
There's
they're
the
a
trade
team
partner
that-
right there, JC, right there. There's the trade partner. What's their record?
4-7.
Yeah, we need them to go on and shut it down right now.
Yeah, that would be the only team I could see, or the Jets if they lose out. You know what I mean? Which I don't see either one of those happening.
Yeah, Justin won 5 games already.
4,
Oh yeah,
but he's
They
been
right
hurt
there.
a lot of the season too.
we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I'll go get both them guys. If I'm the Bears, if I'm Ryan Poles, Ryan, you hear me? Don't let me do your job for you, man. Go on and do what it. I know you probably
Hey, real quick, every NFL team, whether you're good or bad, just tell your scouts what my boy JC been saying since the beginning of the show. Tell your scouts to do their job. That's all you got to do this year during the off season. Do your job.
Yeah.
Beesh.
No, on the real.
No, seriously, because when they don't do their job, JC's gonna be the first one before the start of the season. Now, did you see what these motherfuckers did?
Why don't we
What did I
start
say
looking at?
last year?
Let's start seeing some stats from different scouts.
Right, exactly.
I'm gonna start paying attention.
We'd
more
be
to
like,
the
look,
scouts
he's
as well,
trash.
too.
Look at his stats. B.
Look
Like,
at his picks. Yep.
Like, why is this fool still balling?
So just know if JC has if that becomes a topic, just know that some NFL scout just fucked up.
Hey man,
We're
Be
gonna
like,
get like
look at
2 or
his
3 of them
stats.
watch.
Look at his stat. That'll be funny. That'll be funny.
Any last thoughts on week 12?
Cheat. That's all I gotta say.
Man, glad my guys is getting a bye. 12 weeks straight is long to be playing in the National
Damn.
Football League, like my boy AP said. I'm still advocating for him to get the job. I just like
If not, hire me.
his aura and what he, how the guys rally around him and support him, man. And that's about it, man. I got other shit I'm thinking, like, if we hired him, would his old decor, Steve Spagnuolo, come and be our decor? You know what I mean? We got
If you guys can get Steve Spag, if you get Spags, bro.
Yeah.
Because he don't.
And I
he's
like
a
Patrick
monster.
Graham. And I like Patrick Graham's D. Don't get me wrong, but you saw how Spag did to us Sunday. So it's just a lot. That's it on nice little bow around week 12. Raiders on bye week. I'll be watching a heavy red zone this week.
You're gonna be watching the Patriots.
Hey, I know Dre started with this earlier, but I'm a Vikings fan now, and I'm a Vikings fan forever. So don't get it twisted. I'm rocking with my team with the lows of the lows.
Sounds like you've had a sad life, brother.
I mean, shit. You could say so. A lot of missed kicks, but
I just watched that missed kick today. I watched Chris Carter, icon, NFL icon. I saw that missed kick back in '99, bro. Oh my god! Yikes.
I mean, shit. I wasn't alive.
Why y'all let the Eagles do y'all like that after that miracle catch?
Why are you asking me, bro? I mean, like the first drive of the game in that game, we scored a touchdown, and I was like, "Yeah, we finna win the Super Bowl." Them motherfuckers put up 38 points on us.
Oh, down, buddy.
No answer.
How'd you get yourself mixed up with the Vikings?
Well, I was born in San Francisco, and like when I was like 1 or 2, or let's see here, when I was 2, I moved to.
That's the hometown, man.
Oh, all right. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. All right.
So all my friends were Vikings fans.
He
so
like, I know there's no way you just chose Minnesota and you're anywhere else but Minnesota.
There's always a story. Yeah.
Well, you know what? You know what? It is possible because y'all did have a man named Randy Moss back in the day. So it's very possible. Matter of fact, you know what? D-Man is a Vikings fan.
Yeah.
Because of a man named AP.
I feel like a lot of those like 80s and 90s kids were Vikings fans because of like Moss and Carter.
Either Moss, Carter, or in the younger generation, it would be AP.
Yep.
Yeah.
So y'all had some guys, man. Why y'all haven't pulled one off?
Again,
that Vikings
he's like, don't
fucking
ask
up,
me.
man.
He's like, don't ask me.
No, I just realized that because you don't think of the Vikings often, but now that I'm thinking, I'm like, damn, they've had like some, because people talk about Detroit and how they've like ruined Hall of Fame careers, and it's like Vikings have had the same kind of guys.
Speaking of D-Man, L'Jarius Sneed reminds me of him.
You said what?
Do it.
L'Jarius, the corner from
Kansas.
From the Chiefs, number 38. He remind me of D-Man.
AP signed photo.
Shout out to Brian on the 39,000 milestone. I think we've had the conversation of if we think somebody will ever, I guess, catch him or at least get the Kareem mark. And we couldn't think of anybody. GA, you wasn't here for that. Is there anybody you can think of that has a chance, or the closest person you think that has a chance to get 38,000?
38,000 what? Passing yards?
Points. We're talking basketball.
Like not like this generation?
Yeah.
There's some names that come to mind, like Luka.
He get hurt too much though.
I mean, like Embiid, maybe, but I think he might be too old. But like maybe
Embiid,
like
definitely not. He's way too frail.
Like Shea's a point guard, but
not for the reason that Dre hating, but Embiid just get hurt too damn much. Like niggas that get hurt a lot, because people forget the biggest stat about LeBron getting that 39 is his durability. LeBron
Right.
hasn't had many huge injuries over the years, for one,
Yeah, but
and he was
Embiid
still
shooting-
able to play at a high level.
And BB shooting like 15 free throws a night, bro. That shit's crazy.
He still missed too many games. I think last year was like the most games he's ever played, and I was like what, like 70 or like 71 or something like that. And that was the first time he's ever played that many games in the season.
I could
Not
I
to
mean-
mention, big men, it's harder for them, like in their later years, to continue with the same level of play.
Right.
So, 6-7 years from now, he's probably not going to be averaging 30 anymore.
because those guys can't like shoot from the outside as good as these point guards who can just spot up and shoot. And
Right.
it's just like
Right, exactly. And he turns into like a, like a Dwight Howard type thing at one point,
right,
where he's just, like a backup center.
right. I mean, Shea scores the ball at a pretty high clip, but I don't know if I don't know.
The thing is, we're trying to think of somebody who can average 25 for pretty much 20 years, because that's what you would, you know what I'm saying? And it sounds so easy, but
that shit sounded crazy what you just said. So
The hard
No.
part.
No,
the hard
well, it
part
sounds
is
easy to say it.
durability.
But as far as like average, all you gotta do is just average 25 for 20 years straight and not have a major injury.
I could
yeah,
see
that's all.
I could see Shea averaging like 20, 25.
Luka's the only one where I kind of give a chance because he doesn't rely so much on athleticism. So I think he would still be good later on if he avoids major injury. But even then, I honestly, I think me and Ragu came to this conclusion. We feel like the person who's gonna do that isn't even in the NBA yet.
Right.
Yeah.
That was our conclusion to that.
To be honest, though, I don't think anyone's gonna pass LeBron.
Of
Yes,
course, you
someone
don't think
will.
that.
Someone
Came in here with
will.
that BS last time with that GOAT stuff. Of course, you don't think that.
Man,
Oh,
he
but it
is
will
the GOAT.
happen.
The guy is
No,
like
the
10. The kid is like
million.
10 years old right now. 11, 10, 11.
Mm-hmm.
That kid- That
No,
kid can't even
no.
do 5 times 5 right now. He about to be the scoring leader.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Real quick, just want to throw that in there. I want to read something to y'all since he's the biggest choke artist I know in the finals.
Come
I don't
on,
give a
man.
fuck if he's got the help or not.
Damn, bro, we can't
Oh,
even
no.
give a nigga flowers one time without you slandering.
No, fuck him. No, absolutely not. And
Because he's a
LeBron,
Boston fan, bro. He's seen
He's
LeBron
not.
walk
He's
all over them too
terrible.
many times.
it's
Uh,
unfortunate. It's not,
Actually, it was the
it's
other
not
way
even
around
that.
back in the day.
Yeah.
They was
It's
beating
the
on
other-
him
yeah,
first,
right.
and then he did it later.
But he had no
What is
help.
he talking about, JC? He ain't even on the screen. What is he talking about?
No, I couldn't find it, but they had
Good.
finals,
Good.
finals and playoff losses. LeBron is not the GOAT, and he will never.
I
be
agree with
title.
that, but damn, we was just giving flowers right now. 39,000 is a lot.
Oh yeah, no, congratulations. That's an individual stat. Congrats. That's something real hard to accomplish. But let's
Real
see what they do
hard?
in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Bro,
hey,
never-
but also
We would see
Pause.
somebody pass Kareem.
the GOAT debate is an individual award too. That's not no
hell
team
no.
award.
But if you want to do,
We are not about to
individual-
have that GOAT debate right now. We're gonna have plenty of time for that in the future.
LeBron James has 4 rings compared to
Yeah, let's
Michael
not do.
Jordan,
Yeah, let's not do the GOAT.
86-0.
Yeah.
So no, I'm not. No, you're right.
Isn't that like lazy content at this point, Ragu?
You can go
Yeah,
off for
it's
hours on
low hanging
that.
fruit. Yeah, low hanging fruit.
It's gonna come up
Never
though, like
ending.
there'll be times, but I'd rather it come up organically. You know what I mean?
All right.
That shit will come up like every podcast for at least like 3.
Yeah,
4
the one when
every
you hear
fucking
because you
podcast.
can't help yourself.
And Isaiah.
Yeah, Isaiah
You want
too.
to talk about?
That Isaiah's the original podcast bronze sexual.
Oh,
Nobody
God,
wanna talk
me-
about
me
the,
and Isaiah about to be the Kobe Shaq of
What's
65.
crazy is Isaiah
Reality.
deep down, Isaiah has MJ as the GOAT. He just fights it just to fight me because he really don't F with Jordan. But
That's how I am. I mean,
And also, LeBron plays. in
I'll
a
just make
softer league.
compelling arguments for both type shit.
Well, you're
All right, man. I
you're
appreciate
better than
y'all.
most, Ragu.
What you say, Dre?
I said, well, you're better than most because this debate will go on for the next 50 freaking years.
Well, yeah, but Kobe's. Well, we're gonna end this.
Yeah, preach,
Oh,
Rack.
hell no.
Exactly. That's a whole nother conversation. But
Yeah.
thank you to all my brothers for pulling up, man. Great episode, man. Everybody got to pop they spit. We coming down to the wire. 4-5 weeks left, man. We are ready for some playoff football. You know what I'm saying? Getting to the mid part of basketball. So we got, we have a lot to talk about, man, coming up.
Wolves are doing
I
their
could
thing.
to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let's take this to the furthest extent, man. Any last words, brothers?
Oh no,
Hey,
peace.
Wolves are doing their thing.
Go Lakers, go Rams, go Dodgers. See y'all later.
First place
Timberwolves, baby.
Celtics.
Peace. Go Lakes.